Hey, it's the Bennington Show on a Friday. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
I'm Ron Bennington. It's so warm in New York City right now. And then they say we're going to get 8 inches of snow over the weekend.
Why? Why is this happening?
Why does anything happen? I guess it's science. You know, they shoot that fucking Tesla up. You notice this? Ever since the Tesla, everything has been wrong.
I think our orbit's off.
Yeah, because it pushed off too hard and it pushed us backwards.
Musk screwed us.
I don't understand him. Anyway, Elon, how come I've never met another person named that? If it's such a fucking normal name.
He definitely made that up to be cool.
Why don't you just go with Elton?
Alien.
Alien.
Elon. That's a human name, right?
Elon's coming. I do give him credit for that Tesla. It was fucking hilarious. There was a thing, I tried to get into it the other day, but Mutt over there refused to find the correct thing. But they were saying, would this be considered art? You put a fucking Tesla in space and you're playing that song. And I'm like, oh, are commercials art? It's a commercial for Tesla.
Yeah,
like everybody in the world saw a Tesla the other day.
True.
I don't even know. You know, we got into what is sport. You never even figure out what exactly is art anyway.
No, I think the art is only the decision of the artist. Like the artist can tell you if it's art. That's how it goes.
I don't know art, but I know what I don't like. Well, Vito, good news for you. You've hung out and waited long enough, and Jennifer Aniston is single again.
Oh.
This is my moment.
This is what he's been waiting for.
I'm in there.
This is why he hasn't had sex since last year, apparently.
Bullshit.
Well, he met that girl in Niagara Falls, Canada, for a quickie.
It's a real bar, guys.
He gave her a quickie dickie, as he called it.
That's childish. I hope you didn't say that to her.
He was saying it the whole time they were making love. You liking the quickie dickie? You liking the quickie dickie?
I was hoping it wasn't going to be so quick, but okay.
I want it less quick and more dick.
Guys, stop it. What if Miss Aniston hears?
Ms. That's Ms. Anderson. All right. You know her ex-husband, right?
Yes.
There was a thing in the Post of him just stuffing this fucking SUV with his luggage as he's leaving their apartment. And I'm like, I know you got enough money to call a fucking service. You don't have to be down there with the doorman shoving as many suitcases as you can into an SUV.
It's very dramatic. I guess I'll just carry this myself down to the car.
I hope you have some fun with Pitt. Because that's what everybody's talking about, that they're both single.
Everybody is ready for them to get back together.
I just wanted to get together with Ross.
Finally.
Just do it.
Because I know they were married in Vegas, and then it was annulled.
She had a mustache put on her.
And then she got pregnant by him.
No, I think she got pregnant by Joey.
No, Joey proposed to her while she was pregnant randomly.
With Voss's ring.
Voss's?
Yeah. He was in it.
Why was Voss there? Bip, 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 boo.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to binge it.
All right, this is a Vito story up on the iBang, but you said that an Aussie commentator said something very politically incorrect.
Yeah, so Aussie commentators talking about the Winter Olympics, the Chinese winter teams out there, and they say something that's you really can't say anymore.
Oh, you're just going to play the clip?
Yeah.
All right.
Jump, double twisting, double somersault, not a massive degree of difficulty, really nicely done, great control. Very Chinese. They all look the same. They're very hard to tell who's who.
What? What? Oh no. Oh no.
They're awesome.
You haven't noticed this.
All right, first of all, getting mad at Australia is like getting mad at the 1950s. They're just lagging behind. I will also tell you this about Australians. They're the most traveled people ever. And none of them, any time I'm doing any crowd work in the city, anybody from out of town, Australia. And I go, look, how long is this trip? And it's always 7-8 weeks, right? And I'm like, we fucking all in this country save up so that 1 week a year we can go to Wildwood. How are you guys doing
I don't understand
this massive fucking travel?
I don't
Walkabout.
understand.
Every one of them gets a walkabout around the world.
Okay, what's that mean though, Chris? You have to have fucking money, all right? They're not just walking around the fucking inland desert. How are they traveling?
It's really annoying. Like all hostels are like always like 60 to 70% Australian.
There is a good point that they are willing to sleep on the fucking floor and travel in fucking, what do they call it, storage? Yeah, they'll get in the storage section.
But then they also, but it still is a length of time to be away. Like they're always gone for many weeks. Where's your income?
And they're always like, when I leave here, I'm going to Amsterdam and a quick stopover in Bangkok for 6-7 weeks. Lisbon. Just like at a certain fucking point, dude, you have to say to yourself, do I want to grow up?
You must hate your country. You guys never want to stay put.
Well, there's not a lot there for them. It's all, I mean, it's a giant country, but it's not livable any more than 2 kilometers off the ocean. So the entire, like, they're a ring of a country. If you look at them, and they're a continent country, but they have the same amount of people living on the entire continent that live in Boulder, Colorado. Their entire country is a college town. I'm so fucking. You know what? If they would have stayed home, they could have kept an eye on the reef. I'm so fucking hurt that reef is destroyed.
It's really upsetting. And I never saw it.
Nice.
What does it look like now? Just garbage? Garbage
it's
reef?
a dead reef. It's just it just looks like a desert.
Ugh.
Or dessert, I guess as they would call it over there.
That's not so bad.
No.
But that's depressing. I don't want to see a skeleton reef.
You don't have to.
I guess I won't go. I won't walk about there.
Don't.
All right, Chris came running in this morning with the big stupid Trump story. This one that he bagged a playmate. And I'm like, why are they planning this story now? To get the gun stuff off the fucking front page?
Yeah.
Like, if anyone behind this it's the fucking Republicans.
I know. He's like, I have a good idea. Say I had sex with a sexy lady.
Yeah. And then the other one says she kept a jizz dress like Clinton.
So
How does she look so far ahead that she thought this bang could turn into something? And why is it on her dress? Let's get the clothes off. If anything, she should come in with an old pair of glasses. So why did you buy into this story so quickly, Chris?
Well, because I thought that it was interesting because this one was like 9 months long. And also, I think it was Ronan Farrow, like this is his new thing, just exposing people.
I mean, his new thing. It's his only thing. He doesn't have another thing.
All right, he didn't have a thing before this. This is his
But
thing.
how is this one isn't a crime? This is 2 people who wanted to do the and they did.
the old WD.
I like it.
That's what they should name the article.
Oh, stop it.
Why would
Chris.
they name it that?
Why not?
That's an
That's fucking
inside joke
ridiculous.
between us.
But first of all, why are you going for this? Why aren't you and your contacts working on getting the guns off the streets?
This was breaking news. I'm breaking news, boy.
That isn't breaking news. That is not news to me.
No.
That 2 adults had sex. That's the exact opposite of news.
They were in the closet making babies, and one of the babies looked at me.
See? All right. I'll tell you who's got the breaking news. Send Jen in. How long does it take her to get here?
Jen.
Come on, Jen.
She is the slowest. She used to watch her. I like that. Oh, no, she's not even running.
She's not even on a
Because she
good
always
clip.
tells us she's on the track team and she has the softest run known to man.
Gate.
Quietest. She won most quietest runner.
We're talking about your lack of running.
We're just
Joe.
making fun of you. You guys are
Yeah.
cute.
Everything about that works today.
I know.
Thank you.
Like, that T-shirt is fucking entirely cool.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Well, here's what I heard about Jen. Jen went out last night to see Black Panther.
Whoa.
Now, this movie is a tidal wave, a brewing. That, for the last couple weeks, everyone's like, Black Panther's going to be... And I'm like, what is? Because I'd never heard of this superhero before. So you went to where did you see this? Where was the screening?
On Broadway on the east side.
Oh.
I don't know.
Broadway's on the east side now, everybody.
I don't know.
You don't know New York at all.
Yeah, I do not know New York.
How'd you go? Uber?
Subway. Yeah. I didn't. The person that was with me, they guided me because I didn't know where I was going.
Person? Who's the person?
Well, he's one of the hosts here. He didn't want me to say because it was a very... Oh, no, not like that. No.
Denial. Yes.
That's the way. Is this a Donald Trump Playmate type thing that's going to come out in a few years?
No.
Well, how was the movie?
It was really, really good.
Yeah?
It was really, really good.
Now, just without giving the movie away, let me know who's the superhero and what does he do and what are his powers?
His power, so it's Wakanji. I forget what the African place is called. I forget. Wakanda. So it's he's from Wakanda, and then they have all these inventions there where I forget what it's called. I forget what whatever they make, and it's basically saying that the English people wanted to come and steal it from them, and they make his suit out of whatever this material is. I forget.
So he's like an Iron Man. He has a good
kind of like Iron.
suit.
Yeah. He just has.
So he doesn't have any superpowers. He has a super suit.
Yeah, he doesn't have any superpowers. No, because of his suit. Yeah, without his suit, he's just kind of like a regular guy.
Just a regular strap hanger.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just an 8-hour-a-day Joe. Clocking in. So who's his enemies? White people?
In the movie, it's this, I forget his name too. These names are complicated in the movie.
In the movie, that's that. But what is it in real life? Who's he got a problem with?
Tay
Diggs?
In real life.
Who's the actor?
I hear he's not getting along with Tay Diggs. Did you see the guy who cried the other day?
I didn't see who it was, but I heard about him.
Vito, did you ever get to the bottom of that story?
Yeah, he cried about kids who's them going to visit sick kids in the hospital dressed as Black Panther.
And the kids were going crazy.
I guess some audience member asked him what's made him sad recently or something.
Why would someone say that?
Everyone was like,
How can I make you cry in front of me?
What makes you cry, sir?
And then he was talking about the cancer students. He visited the cancer students, and he said that
Why are they students of it?
Do you mean patient? I think patient. I don't.
Yeah, it's
I think he said students.
What? Were you out all night last night?
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm really tired today.
All right, I put too much pressure on you with what was the movie about, what made the guy cry.
Did the audience enjoy it? Was it a good?
Well, you see a man cry, you're going to have a ball.
The movie.
Oh.
So Black Panther doesn't have the agility of a panther. He's just a dude.
We already heard he has a nice suit, Chris.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Why is that bullshit? You fucking run to Iron Man.
You suck Iron Man's dick.
Love that iron cock.
It isn't.
Come on.
Yeah, why do you gotta fucking blunt
That's disgusting. I didn't say anything like that.
You don't understand that you don't want to come in with a blunt line to step on top of the fucking joke line. Yeah, these little iron balls. I'll put my mouth there. Come on, Chris. All right, so you missed most of the movie because you were in a full tilt makeout section.
No. I mean, but there's a lot of good. At the end, people have to wait towards the end with the credits. That's probably
one of those situations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they like that.
Marvel.
They like
Why
that.
does another guy come in? Is it
Well, they say what movie he's going to be in next. Black Panther,
Justice League.
and then they have another that links the how America right now sort of thing. I don't want to.
Oh shit! Black Lives Matter, right?
Interesting.
I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, it is. It's a think piece. Now I heard another little dish about you. Vito told me that you were out with a bunch of well-known basketball players not too long ago.
Yeah. Well, it was my birthday weekend. And
There's
it
no
was
such thing. It would only be birth weekend. There's no birthday weekend. All right, so you're out and about.
Yeah. And one of my friends knows a promoter guy who we always hang out with, and then he told us to meet up with him at the 40/40 Club.
Can I just clarify? Promoter guy means the guy who takes the girls around to guys in a club.
Pimp.
I get in this situation. He didn't bring us to he brings us not just to a club. He's
private
one of our friends too. He's
Sure.
brought us around New York. He's just one of our friends.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's a great guy. And
But his
everywhere
job is a promoter.
Everywhere he brings you, somebody hands him money. Now, who were the ball players, and what was the occasion?
Well, they were watching the Super Bowl.
Oh, so this was a Super Bowl.
It was where I watched the end of the Super Bowl because I watched it at two different other places.
Who's jumping around during the Super Bowl?
It was exhausting.
You're like, wait, where'd the extra 10 points come from? All right, so this was a private residence you're at?
It was in the 40/40 Club. They have suites.
Oh,
you can
yeah, I
rent
know
out.
the place. Yeah.
So he brought us into a suite, and then it was James. I don't know the other ones. I just know it was James Harden and Chris Paul.
Wow.
Christ.
I don't know
Holy
the other.
shit.
And James Harden's I guess I don't know his post now, but it was the post the day of the Super Bowl. All the guys were in the picture, but I just don't know. who
pull it
everybody else is.
James
Insta.
Harden's probably going to win the MVP this year.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Holy shit, Jen.
And Chris
really
Paul's
nice.
one of my favorite ball players of all time.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that?
I did talk to Chris. I only talked to James because he introduced because he
Chris,
knows
that's on a
my
private
friend.
This
jet.
is the-
That one, that picture. Yeah, it was that picture.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a jet.
I don't know who everyone else is.
Look,
but-
they got
catered.
some mac and cheese.
A little sausage.
All right, who are these? Who's
I don't
some
know
of
the
these
other
other
ones.
fellas?
Why aren't you in this picture?
No, this is
And why is everybody throwing gang signs? This is a private fucking jet.
that's a private. That's not those are just the people that were there, but that was
Yeah.
probably earlier in the day.
So they fly in to see the game together. Our
Yeah.
lives are good.
Look at all those snacks they have.
That's a full meal right there. That is a full meal. Did they invite you to All-Star Weekend?
No.
Too bad. To me, out of all the All-Star stuff, the basketball one looks like the most enjoyable to be at. Everything else, the football. When the All-Star football game looks so low rent, and then the fucking basketball weekend looks like a fucking after party.
Yeah, it was here a few years ago, and I remember there were parties all over the city, and there's better events like the slam dunk contest is actually fun to watch.
I love it.
The 3-point, even the skills competition, you're just watching people practice. but
I
it's
watch all
entertaining.
those things, and I even watch the celebrity basketball game.
Yeah, this year's celebrity game has some weird names in it.
I give it to me.
The little kid from the show Blackish is in this game.
All right, good for him.
Cool.
I'd like to see him moving up.
Anthony Anderson's in it.
Well, he's also the big kid from Blackish. What is this? The cast of Blackish?
Those two people are the main ones I noticed. Common's in the game.
See, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Hart's a captain. I'm not.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't play anymore, but he used to MVP it every single year. And everybody look how short he is. And then he would take it to the fucking hoop every single time.
He was in a 3-point contest 2 years ago that he lost by 1 point against Draymond Green. He's really good at fucking basketball.
He's good at everything. He's Kevin Hart. What am I going to fucking tell you, Vito?
But yeah, NBA All-Star Weekend's the only fun one, and it's
I don't know. I do like the home run derby. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wait,
I'll fucking sit around.
is
and,
that the list there, Chris?
Yeah, this is the list of.
Win Butler from Arcade Fire?
Yeah.
That's the
He's a good ball player, too.
Is he really?
Yeah, he plays every year.
I know he's tall.
He's really fucking good. Matter of
Holy
fact,
shit.
one of the years that Kevin Hart won, because I think the audience votes on it, Win Butler should have won.
Really?
Yeah. Jamie Foxx is playing. I don't understand where you're coming from. This is a pretty good lineup.
I was just more confused about the child that's thrown into the mix of the
Look,
game.
there's
Stop
another child.
being.
Look,
It's
one
a
of the
fun
Stranger
fucking
Things
thing.
kids is in there.
And it's the black kid from Stranger Things.
Aw, I like him.
Why does everything got to be race with you, dude?
Unbelievable.
I just wanted you guys.
Different
I didn't know his
descriptor.
name.
Oh my god.
Of course, we know his name. Caleb.
Read that.
He knows Caleb.
And there's good actual like legends in the game.
I'm
too.
going to tell you guys this since you're bringing up kid actors now. Last night, I saw the best kid actor that I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
So much that I'm not even sure that this kid is an actor, and it was just a kid acting like a kid on a movie set.
Real? What movie is this?
Well, it's a movie that you guys wouldn't like because it's an independent film.
Okay, I would.
And matter of fact, Jen and Gail know this area very well. It's the Florida Project.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
There's this little kid. She's 6 years old. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, at 6, are you acting, or do you just try to tell them nothing and just let them be the way they are?
Then why don't other people do it? That's what I was thinking when I'm watching this. They just let her be a kid. Her and her friends. They reminded me of like me and my friends when I was little, but it reminded me of you and your friends.
Really?
The way all the kids would show up and you'd go run up thinking that you're doing shit and you're not, and just this boundless amount of energy. And Willem Dafoe, fuck, he's phenomenal.
It's really good. Yeah, I'm going to watch it this weekend.
I wish you would have watched it last night so we could be discussing it. But that low rent area as you're going into Disney World, that they've become kind of transit hotels instead of,
it's really,
it's really fucking sad. But at the same time, you can see like a kid can make anything kind of fun.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait to see this. I've been really looking forward to it. I'm glad it's on demand.
Yeah. Demand to see it.
I will.
That's what I'm saying. But I now would give this, this might be my favorite movie of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
And before this, you were picking the
Call Me
gay
by Your
movie.
Name. But by the way, this one isn't even nominated for an Oscar.
It isn't at all?
I just think just Willem Dafoe.
And you think it is the superior as a best
It
feature? You
definitely
would say?
belongs in there.
Wow.
Definitely belongs there. Now, Chris, you're paying attention to the Playmate and Trump.
Yes.
And so are the newspapers. But TV isn't picking up on this at all.
They don't give a shit.
No, they're into the other stuff.
They're
You
not.
gotta admit this. Trump is like a full service celebrity. He'll give you a piece of it. I can't believe he's not playing All-Star Weekend. I like to see him and Jared, who's much taller than people think, on the same day. Bannon. I heard Bannon was in for 20 hours with Mueller and didn't say a fucking word. Yeah.
Give him silence.
He gave him his fucking his usual nothing. Zip.
I gotta get anything out of Bannon.
No. And then he fucking looked at Mueller and go like this. Bing, what are you doing here? I thought I told you to go fuck your mom. Ping, pow, boom. You were there, Spicer. My head was up to here. Why isn't Joe Pesci in this thing, Vito?
I don't know. He'd be a good point guard.
You know, you, Ramon,
Oh, yeah.
you say that you cover the waterfront. How did you, and Jen, this is on you too. How did you miss John Early was the one who, the Bennington guest, John Early was the one who married Amy Schumer.
Yes, Amy Schumer's wedding was it was John Early who was the one who actually did the service.
That is awesome. I had no idea it was him.
Again, great job.
We asked you. I
You're
guess
supposed
Bridget,
to be the fucking dude.
which obviously, if I would have thought about it, she was designated to sing, but she
Did she
did not.
sing?
Yeah, I saw because I was on her Instagram. I'll show it to you. But there's a picture of her singing at the reception.
Show it
That's
to me.
really cute.
The Bennington show, well represented out there. with
It really,
this.
really is. Rachel Feinstein as well, obviously.
I'm glad to see that.
Yeah,
Because I was wondering if any of the New York comics were,
yeah.
I think Nikki Glazer, too.
well, Nikki is next week's I'm asked.
Next week.
Yes.
You heard her say that they're best buds. But also it taught her that maybe that kind of fame is not for her. I go, you know what? I decide it's not for me, too.
So there she is singing
Aww.
at the service. Looks like she's doing maybe like first dance song. There's her and Rachel Feinstein. And Poppy.
Look, she's doing the devil horns behind Rachel's head. If I was Rachel, I was like, what the fuck?
You ruined the moment.
There's John Early there.
John Early's a handsome dude.
Some of the SNL girls.
Like who?
Look at.
What the fuck? That's hilarious. Keith Robertson.
Yep.
I want to say something to the bride. I lean back because, I hit women. Funniest motherfucker ever. Well, it's nice to see Philly in the house.
Well represented, yep.
Kenny was there.
That's crazy.
Why is that crazy?
I just did.
He's a fucking person like anyone else.
We didn't think he was good enough to be there?
Of course he's good enough to be there. I heard it was a secret wedding. I don't know these things.
Yes, you don't think he's in on fucking secrets?
Now I do.
He probably handled security for the entire night. She didn't put a lot of money into the dress, though, right? Just a nice, simple dress?
Yeah, she did a very simple dress, and I think I had read somewhere, I'm not going to lie, it was just Queen Elizabeth's Twitter that she had said. I'm saying I read it somewhere. But
well, you did read it somewhere.
I did. Queen Elizabeth said on there that she said she bought the first dress that she tried on. See, there it is from the front.
Well, it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And what's her husband's name again? Fisher? It's Chris Fisher, I think.
Fisher, yeah.
But they call him Cookie because he's a chef.
Cute.
Yeah, he's a chef on a wagon train. Now, you see those trees behind?
Uh-huh.
He made that into a salad.
Wow.
That's the kind of
so
chef that he is. That is honestly the kind of chef. Well, they look nice together.
Yeah, they look happy.
I'll give him a year and a half. That's safe to say about anyone, though. Now, the Aniston and her guy were only married 2 years, but they lived together for 5 years. Do you ever notice that? It's like once you live together, then you get married and the clock restarts.
Yeah.
You know?
It seems weird to me.
Like people are like, geez, I don't know if I like this. You're like, you just lived together like normal people for 5 years.
Yeah, it seems almost like, especially now when people like live together longer, it seems like
It doesn't change the divorce rate at all. Living together does not.
Really?
Nothing. You would think the idea of, hey, we were lived together.
So we knew what the deal was. Keep that ring off your finger, ladies.
James wants to counterpoint my point about the Florida project. Go ahead, James.
Ron and Gail, you guys owe me $6 because I bought that on demand last night.
Well, first of all, if you would have bought it tonight, you could have said. But what didn't you like about the film? Without giving away,
I couldn't even get through it. I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was because those kids were so awful. They were great actors at playing awful children. It was the equivalent of being like stuck on a plane with a crying baby.
Well, here's the deal. And some people don't like kids, and I get that.
Yeah, I don't like kids, so that's probably a big problem.
Yeah, I mean, it basically was like a real life kids movie, but it just goes to show you, like, kids that are in poverty don't exactly know how downtrodden that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you see these kids going through stuff. And they're rough street kids because of the way they're raised and, the fact that they're all, kind of fatherless and their moms are shady. I mean, they're basically living night to night in a motel. It's not even a suite. But then to see how those kids, I get it if you don't like kids, but you can't look at this and not think, oh, this feels like a documentary. And the reason that the kids are awful is because their circumstances are awful.
Right.
Awful.
Annoying brats.
Some people don't like kids.
Some people do not like to be around children. Like the sound of children. I've heard people say just like, oh, even the sound of kids playing.
But you were a kid.
Weird.
You know what I mean? You were a kid, whoever you were.
Yeah.
But people are like, I don't understand kids. What did you do when you were a child? You just fucking sat there and waited till you grew up? Like, people are like, I don't know what kids do. I don't know how to talk to a kid. You were a kid.
Yeah.
Actually, this thing reminded me of this. because these kids, they went off and they're having their, stupid adventures and, pretending and stuff. Did you ever have this experience, like you had a friend like that where you're like, hey, I'll be a genie and you'll be a dragon, and then you see them again when you're older and they're like, hey, remember when we used to play genies and dragons? And it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's almost like, remember when we used to show our asses to each other? You know what I mean? Like, you feel like, I don't
That's my secret life that I thought about.
I don't do shit like that anymore, okay?
You were weird. Like, do you still think dragons are real?
You're always putting a blanket over your head and acting like you were a bride, remember? No. Now I sell crack.
Like an adult.
I don't know why you thought we owed him $6 when he bought it last night. Never heard of it today.
Yeah. I don't know
Willem
why my name
Dafoe
came into
is
it.
such a fucking great actor. I can't wait till you see this
I will
so we
see
could
it
go over
this weekend.
because it's a subtle role. I mean, we're used to seeing Willem Dafoe.
Yes, go very big and he can really do it all. So.
He's a regular guy in this. And he's oddly, well, I'm not going to say anything. I'll let you judge for yourself. I do have a perfect fucking phrase, but I'm not going to ruin it.
Don't forget it.
But I get, if you don't in a lot of ways, even some of it reminded me of Spanky and Our Gang, which I always felt like those were kids that were acting like kids rather than actors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were just out being kids. Movies aren't for everybody, Maybe you would rather go see Black Panther. He's got a fucking great suit and he fights CGIs. I mean, if you think about it, Jen gave us nothing from that movie.
More details about her makeout sesh.
Were you in a makeout sesh for the whole thing?
No. I mean, it wasn't like it was like a basic Marvel plot.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
It wasn't like, but I feel like the best part was just, the culture, the African culture.
Right.
Yeah.
Did it remind you of Coming to America?
It was kind of like, it was a lot like that. And the music's really good.
Hip-hop.
The car chase scenes are pretty good. Yeah. But it was a basic plot.
Yeah. I mean, people told me that Wonder Woman was so different and it was on the other night. I'm just like,
I haven't seen it yet.
That one probably was a little different. I didn't expect that plot.
Wonder
Woman, yeah, that was a little
World
bit
War
different.
One?
That's why I think it was pretty good.
And what was he, Captain America's dad?
I think that guy was just in Wonder Woman. I think that was just a dude.
But wasn't he doing like the whole Captain America gimmick?
No, because that's Marvel and DC. They're like two different.
But didn't he look and act like Captain America?
He looked like the actor.
It was a similar story and everything to like that first Captain America movie where it's like all takes place in the 30s in World War II.
Yeah, well, this was World War One.
In the teens, dude.
But you are right. It was exactly the same.
Yeah.
And you're just watching it, going, why do people blow up for this?
Every time.
They
go crazy.
They do a really good job of making the actors in the superhero movies seem like way bigger stars than they are. Like every time,
wrestling.
Yeah, well, like
it's the same thing of acting like Triple H is a star.
But Triple H is a bona fide champion.
Yeah, well, then Wonder Woman is now too.
No, but I mean like the actual actors in the movie, like. Every time I see Chris Hemsworth, I'm like, oh shit, there's Thor. And then I remember that I don't like Thor's not even that big of a superhero, and like Chris Hemsworth is only Thor, and that's not even that big of a.
And you're a reviewer, and you say stupid shit like this. There aren't movie stars anymore. There's just these fucking giant things. Like Black Panther is not a movie star except for when he plays Black Panther. All right, Star Wars guy isn't a star unless he plays Star Wars. No one brings people in. Daniel Day-Lewis is the most acclaimed actor, maybe of all time. 17 people saw Phantom Thread. 17 people. He can't put a single ass in a seat.
Yeah,
we don't have movie stars.
Yeah, it's not really. It doesn't really go like that. You're right. It's more about franchises and.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not only do we not have a fucking, let's say a Humphrey Bogart, we don't even have a Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
We don't. We're
And the
fuck-
weird thing is we have a Bruce Willis. That's the thing. The strange thing.
And Bruce Willis isn't a big. I mean, his stuff's
Right.
straight to video now.
Yeah.
He's
doing
fucking
that-
acting like he needs money.
He's doing that rape movie or whatever, the rape and murder movie.
Yeah, it's
Death
coming out.
Wish is
Yeah.
the name of it.
And then, but like, I don't think that people are like, oh shit, the new Bruce Willis joint.
no
Gotta
one
get
is.
there.
I mean, if you go back over his IMDb, you probably haven't heard of his last. I bet you haven't heard of 11 of his last 13 films.
I believe that.
Because what
Yeah.
he does now, he's down to the point where he's like, I get $1 million a day. You want me for 5 days, $5 million. You want me for 6 days, it's going to cost you an extra $1 million. So he'll go and just be in a fucking, do 2 days in somebody's shitty movie that's straight to video that they could sell it overseas.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for one of his movies, and then 2 months later, I saw it on HBO.
Okay.
Like, there was no in between.
What
where it
was the
in
movie?
theaters. I don't even remember the name. I just remember seeing a trailer for it, and then
I don't know if I believe this story.
flipping
That
through
was
HBO.
Die Hard.
No,
Fucking Die Hard is great, dude.
I love Die Hard.
Stop bashing Die Hard.
Not the last one, but I like the other one.
What's the last one? And how many of there has
What was his wife's name in Die Hard?
Mrs. Hart?
I want to say Nancy, but I know that's wrong. Nancy or Diane?
I just want him to gain weight so I could say, it's time to diet hard, my friend. But he never gains weight.
The last one was a good day to Die Hard.
What happened to his real life wife, Demi Hard? Is she,
She broke up with Ashton. That
she's
kinda-
what is she? She's dating an 8th grader now, they said. She keeps going younger and younger.
That shouldn't be legal.
I mean, the Ashton one hit us all pretty hard.
Die Hard. Ashton is much fucking happier with his sister from that TV show.
Mila Kunis?
Isn't that kind of silly that they ended up together? That's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's like dating or marrying your uncle's foster child. Legally, you can.
We dated all those years on TV. What do you say? We seem to like each
Will
other on the show.
you do it? Remember that episode?
Come on. There was something there between us.
Hey, AC, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about a couple shows, but can I make a quick comment about the empathy comments from yesterday?
Sure.
All right. So I just don't believe that society as a whole is less empathetic than it used to be. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that you used to be able to slap your wife in public, or people could hang from trees, or kids worked in factories. I mean, there's no way that we're less empathetic now. And that's the reason that these mass shootings are happening. To me, that doesn't seem like the connection.
You feel like humans were always just fucking draggers. It's nothing new.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that people are going to there's going to be people in society that are always going to do something extreme if they can get their hands on things. You know, if you can get your hand on a plane and you have an ideology and you can take it into a building, if they can, they will. If you can get your hands on an assault rifle, there will always be somebody in society who's going to do something like this. So really, outside of keeping people from being able to access those things, I mean, I don't know what else we can do. But empathy, I don't think, is it.
Well, I think that we meant empathy not from that person, but all of us. You know what I mean? That this stuff becomes a TV show now. I mean,
Because
it's still
we're so saturated with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking
how
up at
bad.
the TV now, and it's just running kids from a couple days ago, and you know what I mean. It's just the gala of the entire thing.
Yeah, and I can agree that there's definitely a numbness to it because we're just bombarded with all kinds of information and all kinds of things. But honestly, I feel like we are in a more civilized place right now than even a few generations ago, or one generation. I mean, you talk to your parents or grandparents about the things that were acceptable when they were young, and that kind of stuff would never, ever be considered acceptable today. So,
yeah,
you know, it's hard to say what it is, but I don't think that society as a whole is less empathetic.
You just always believe that this fucking thing has been sideways from the get.
I think human beings are the worst thing that ever happened to this planet. Personally, I think our species is just garbage from top to bottom.
Well,
We're like
I mean, I'll give you that we're one of the worst, but dung beetles? Come on. We're better than the fucking dung beetle.
I don't know. At least the dung beetles are just doing their thing. I mean, they're not intentionally trying to do anything. Even other invasive species, they're not aware that they're invasive. We're completely aware of it and don't seem to care.
No, we don't care about anything.
We ruin. Yeah. So, Well, anyway, on a happier note, I wanted to ask you guys if you've been watching Two Dope Queens or Jesus and Mero.
I haven't seen it yet, Gail. I know that you had some of the Dope Queens on.
Yes, I did. But I have not. I haven't seen the new show. I think Vito, you've seen the new show, right?
I saw both things she's referencing. I didn't like the Two Dope Queens that much. It just wasn't my thing.
Man, he's a tough reviewer.
Yeah, harsh. I mean, that's.
I put the boots to people.
You shouldn't.
God,
you should just.
And they're women.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
That shouldn't be right.
That's abuse against women.
But the other thing, Jesus and Mero, I'm a big fan of.
And you like them both, AC?
I do. I mean, I like the setup. Two Dope Queens. It's like Jessica Williams and Phoebe. I think Robinson, something like that. Okay, they come out and they just kind of riff off each other, and then they give 3 comedians a set, and then they always bring out a guest, and they had Jon Stewart on and Sarah Jessica Parker, and Tig Notaro directs it, and I just think it's a different kind of platform for comedians, and I think it's neat.
I'm going to check it out. Thanks so much for the call. I appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Peace. I will tell you this, maybe, and I don't want to ever be definitive, maybe my favorite Gail Meets Girls this weekend. Holy shit.
I'm so glad that you liked it. And it's a really great one. Gail Meets Girls this weekend with Rebecca Trent and Christine Evans. Rebecca Trent, who runs The Creek in the Cave. Christine Evans, who's a producer for The Bonfire, but together they also worked on Skankfest, and they produced What's Your Fucking Deal, Jay's crowd work show.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, if you're a fan of any of those things, if you're a fan of
comedy,
but if you're a fan of the New York comedy scene, if you're a fan of The Bonfire or Legion of Skanks, or, if you've been to Skankfest, I think it's really cool to see.
Even beyond that, I think if you wanted to be in the business, or if you're interested in the business, word to your moms, they dropping bombs.
They do.
Okay, I know that's a new saying.
Yeah, I didn't know you knew it, but
from the get-go all the way through.
Yes,
unbelievable.
They were very candid, and they have an incredibly interesting job. Yeah. What they do for a living, you could not do if you didn't have a ton of passion. But, there are so many perks to it, and being around creativity and doing these really cool projects. It's really, really interesting to listen to. So that is premiering tomorrow, Saturday, 6 p.m. East, here on Raw Dog, and also replaying Sunday at noon.
But I just love their total honesty, bluntness. Names were coming up, what happened, and the fact that 90% of the comedy, at least in New York, is being produced by women.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
when
really,
you think about it.
Really interesting. These women who kind of keep this scene going.
Now, you know what else is and we just had the girls from the new place.
Yeah.
And when you heard how many places they've been. But, I'll be at the stand this weekend. Adele is there. Christine trained Adele. Adele is Christine's the smartest person I've ever met when it comes to this. So, it isn't just what they're doing, is what the people who worked with them are doing. And what's your fucking deal was such a cool show, and then just because you get on CISO and CISO folds, it's the fucking this business of show. It's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah,
and then when people when they were saying well, everyone thinks that everything goes great for us, but you know what I mean, every day, it's always funny because. That's true of everyone that you meet in life, that you think, if you look at Jon Stewart, right? And you said to him, oh, your dreams came true. And he's like, dude, you didn't know what I was really trying to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if I would have been able to do the show that I wanted to do, it would have been tremendous.
Yeah.
Even when Jon Stewart started that show, for 2 years, there were people on the show were trying to derail it.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't the last asshole.
And, there are people who make that kind of stuff look easy, but, this conversation, you can really see what it's like for people who get their hands dirty.
Literally, with murder. Tony in Iowa.
Hey, I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about they'd have to amend the Constitution about that whole Second Amendment to bear arms unless you're a nut job?
I mean, there's a possibility, but even that is funny to me because if the Constitution was as strong as they let on, why can't Chris buy a rifle in Queens? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are there parts of the country that say no to that whole gimmick? Yeah. And for some reason, I always have a fucking problem with the fetishizing of the founding fathers and all that shit to begin with. I just think a lot of this stuff needs to be really worked out for real. You know what I mean? I think that you got to say everything is. We're open to all discussions, but we can't accept 60 fucking school shootings. You can't accept that.
Yeah.
And if you want to say, oh, then we need fucking gun towers and, people have to come into the school naked. Okay, let's write that one up on the fucking chalkboard. That's one idea. Let's fucking keep them going. Vito had an idea that everybody has to go in a submarine and go underwater, and he had drawn this bubble, and I'm like, it's like an undersea world. It's like an aquarium, but with air instead of water. Write it down.
Okay.
That goes there as well. I don't think it's going to work.
That one's a little complex.
Let's not say no, okay? During this part of it, we don't say no.
Yes, and is what you're saying we need to be saying.
No, but what I'm really saying...
You're saying we need to improv these new laws.
Improve is what I'm saying. It's a long E. It's not a silent E. Improve these new laws. But at some point, I mean, don't you turn on the TV? I mean, I'm not like AC where I've hated, humans since the caveman. You know what I mean? Let's face it. Rufus Wainwright as a human, we've done some good stuff. I mean, if we're so awful, how did we get Rufus Wainwright?
Good point. Some of us are good.
Me, Rufus, two other guys I know. I just got a note here from Flathead. He hasn't heard from me in a while. What does that mean? Well, by the way, he and BL wrote to me 3 minutes apart, both saying, is everything okay? I haven't heard from you.
They must have just been in a conversation together. You think Ron's okay?
All right, now we're being told that's a designer dress that she was wearing.
By which designer?
Well, a guy named Bill.
Strange name for a designer, but...
Is it? And Versace is not a strange name? Are you guys still watching that show?
Yeah.
I didn't see this week.
It's really disturbing. Every episode is too disturbing.
I don't watch murder porn on TV, okay? I don't watch Dateline.
I do, but I don't get turned on. Is that okay?
Well, Chris watches porn without getting turned on. He watches it on the train.
Just, want to see what's going on in the porn world.
You check it like it's news.
What's in the DP section?
Is that your big thing?
It's part of,
Uses the more dicks, the better for you?
That's it. He always says that's the problem with sex. Just not enough dicks.
2 dick minimum.
That's not a little gay, my friend. Jeff in Indiana.
Yeah, since Fat Finger wouldn't look it up for you, I was going to let you know that John McClane's wife's name Holly Gennaro.
Holly Gennaro.
I should look that up.
Fat Finger couldn't do it.
Damn fat fingers got in the way.
I don't know why she needed to chase her career all the way out to the West Coast.
I don't remember the storyline with that. So
they were in New York, and then she got a job on the West Coast, took the kids out there.
Uh-huh.
How did he think it was going to still work?
Delusional.
I mean, Christmas magic brings everybody together, so.
Come on. Just when just cough in between.
The two of these guys with their coughs.
Daniel in PA.
Hi, Ron. How you doing?
Cool, man.
I love your show. It's funny in hell. I'm an inventor here in Pennsylvania. I've met with Republicans and Democrats. They don't seem to care about the gun shootings or the deaths or anything. I have an invention that I'm trying to make into a law that would track the guns instead of the people, because you can't infringe on the rights of metal and wood. I think it would help a great deal, and I think it would help the economy and everything like that. I'm trying to get the word out so that something can be done.
Yeah, the fact that, let's say, kids in the south part of Chicago shoot people with guns that no one has any idea where those guns came from.
Yeah.
And some fucking piece of garbage is driving a van full of guns into there and selling them to kids all the time.
Well, the point of the invention is if you can make a law that every gun manufacturer has to have this little tracker in their gun, irremovable, every gun that's close to somewhere it's not supposed to be will be tracked and the police will come and get it.
What if you could just have an app on your phone? You could see how close you are to people with their guns. And then you could click that. You could put your thumb on that and then see what their background is.
Nice.
You know?
I like that. And then, you open the app and then you just look at it and go, I was going to have dinner in this neighborhood, but it's a little too gunny.
And then what if on your phone, the app, when you hit the app, there's also like a bullet comes out. Bing, bing.
The Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Because if two cops are chasing some poor person into the dark, all they have to do is call up to the center and say, what guns are in the vicinity but ours? And instead of shooting the person, they would say, he doesn't have a gun, he doesn't have a gun, he's no threat.
I could see gun owners fighting this tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Right down to the last moment.
And usually the reason that they say is like
privacy.
Right. That they're like, the government's the last people I want to know
where my guns are.
That's
that is a big
usually
part of
what
it.
they say.
Well, I see this abolishing the background check, because if you're a stupid kid like most kids that do something dumb and you can't own a gun, even if you're a really good person as an adult, you can't own a gun. So this abolishes the background check, which southern states don't use anyway.
Well, best of luck with it, Daniel. It's, it's an idea. Put it up on the blackboard with the other stuff.
I would definitely say it's better than that air aquarium one.
We're not at the point where we're deciding which is better. I mean, everyone agrees with you, but I don't want to stop people from trying to give ideas. I always say that there's no stupid questions, just stupid people asking those questions. Questions are fine. It's the people themselves. Like at that town hall where, tell me a story that makes you cry. Why would a kid want to see a Black Panther before the movie even came out?
Yeah, because I guess they really wanted to see the movie, the two cancer patients, and then they died 2 days before.
Oh my God!
So that's why
makes me cry now.
Yeah. It was
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life.
God damn it, Jen! Why'd you tell me that?
That's why he was crying.
He had every right. I mean, I didn't think he was crying because he was like, I'm not getting paid as much as some of these other actors. That's heartbreaking. Dave in Jersey. Dave.
Yeah, I was listening to your last caller.
Yeah?
Pissed me off saying that Democrats or Republicans don't care about this issue. Democrats do care about this quite a lot.
They would be on it every fucking day. Okay, maybe at some part of them cares, but they certainly aren't doing the work that it takes to get there. Not at all.
Do the work. I mean, Barack Obama did the thing where he made background checks for the mentally ill.
There was as many shooting during Barack Obama's than at any other time.
Yeah, but there was during the George W. Bush years, he let the assault ban thing expire. I mean, that's why so many people have been buying AR-15s and have been shooting so much more people. I mean, Republicans don't want to touch that. They want to maintain that. I mean, you get the right to bear arms, like a gun and maybe a shotgun for hunting, but mortars, bazookas, AR-15.
Yeah, I know. But just saying that isn't getting shit done. The Democrats haven't gotten shit done, dude.
That's because these bastard Republicans keep getting in the way of things.
You can bite back and forth, but if you can't fucking beat them, I mean, any day, if you really cared about this.
To be honest with you.
What's that?
A lot of Democrats are actually worried about being shot in retaliation from these right-wing nut groups.
Then they need to have somebody braver to be in that fucking position. You know what I mean? Because
what was that woman's name? Gabby Giffords?
So what are you going to do? So
what are you going to do? You're going to make an effort and say, we're going to have an assault ban immediately.
Well, why don't you fucking do it every day? Why does it only come up after a fucking mass shooting? I don't want to hear that they're doing a good job on that. They haven't. I never saw Barack Obama fucking stand in front of the country and say, this has to stop now. I'm not fucking doing anything until this shit stops. You're not out there battling every day. I fucking watch the news daily. And I don't see people talking about this other than the fact of when there's a murder and then the other side goes, hey, that's some bad taste. But the whole fucking point of this thing has never, ever come down to somebody saying this is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Because I'm sure people have said that, and then the next day they're on something else. You could be going like this. Why are we talking about the fucking Dreamers when their school's being shot up just fucking 3 weeks ago? I don't want to hear about the Dreamers right now. I want to get this settled. Politicians. Fuck them. Hey, Rod, in Long Island. Rod.
What about, hey, there's a new kid in town, Ronnie.
No? Okay.
Anyway, what about armed guards, metal detectors and armed guards at every school?
All right, I'll put it up. I'll put it up on the thing. We'll turn it into prisons. Every school's a prison. We better get somebody on the buses, too. We gotta have a fucking guy ride shotgun like the Old West. You know what I mean? Just one after another. Brian, what's up?
I don't know if this has been brought up or not, but I think one of the major problems we have in this country is we over-medicate everybody. When someone's sick, we throw pills at them. We don't fix problems. And I think a lot of that shit with the mental health comes back is we don't take care of it. We throw antidepressants on everything. It's just, I think that's a big problem no one else is addressing.
Well, the thing is, when we're talking about the mental health thing, we're trying to get more drugs into people, not less. We always think that a drug is going to solve it.
The pharmaceutical companies run this country. That's why our healthcare is so astronomical.
No doubt.
It's ridiculous.
No doubt.
No one looks at that shit. All the Republicans blame the fucking Democrats. Democrats blame the Republicans. No one does a fucking thing. No one cares about our kids anymore, it seems.
Maybe they never did. Maybe AC was right. Maybe we never gave a fuck about anything but money. I mean, the whole thing is just based on money, right?
I grew up in Kentucky, right where they had the shooting a couple weeks ago. And 18 or 20 years ago, I was around that shooting, too. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, I thought he went to that school. I was fucking sick all morning until I heard from him.
You know what's odd about that one, too, is that got almost no traction, the Kentucky one.
It's a fucking small hick-town school.
Right.
I text my buddy. When he texted me back, he said, my daughter, my stepkids go there. My daughter doesn't. He said, the motherfucker that went in there knew what he was doing. He was shooting at heads and necks. And I searched all damn day to try to find any info because I live in Detroit now. And there was nothing on it.
Yeah, that one was really underplayed.
It's all this shit when it's minor, when it's like when it's a handful of kids, it's swept under the rug, it's every it's no big deal. But when it's something massive like more than 10, it's major news. It's bullshit. We've got to do something. I don't know what to do. No one does. But the thing is, people, the fucking Democrats and the Republicans have to work together at some point to figure out something. And
dude, they hate each other more than they hate ISIS. They fucking hate each other.
And the reason they hate each other is because they just want to keep getting elected.
Yeah,
they don't give a fuck about us. And that was the one thing I did like about Trump getting in, is it's maybe something different, but it's just the same shit. It's just intensified. Everyone's so upset because, he said this, he did that. No one focuses on any principles or policy. Mm-hmm. It's just fucking dry. It's just gossip TV in the goddamn politics. Sorry, I got work.
Brian, you didn't say one wrong thing. You didn't say one fucking wrong thing. Hey, Rob, what's up, buddy?
Ron, Michael Savage brought up what I thought was a great point last night. I'm from, obviously, Long Island, and we had 2 or 3 mental hospitals that the public and politicians demanded being shut down. And so he says the absence of the mental hospitals combined with the psychedelic drugs pushed into the kids at 10 years old that later manifests itself might be why it's happening and didn't happen 30 years ago. What's your take on that?
Well, first of all, you can go back to Ronald Reagan as the one who fucking closed down all those things for the reason of money. And we after that, we started to have a major homeless thing. I don't know if that's the same thing as what we're dealing with now. And also, these kind of weapons did not exist 40 fucking years ago. They didn't exist. Let's go to Freddie. Freddie, what's up?
Hey, what's going down, guys? Yeah. I know we're, in the spitball portion of things, so we're
Bring
not
it, Freddie. There's no bad ideas here.
Yeah, well, in a counterpoint to a lot of the people that are saying we need armed guards and all this stuff in school, how about we fund schools? How about we pay teachers? How about we encourage children to have the idea that they can affect change in their community instead of leaving them with no choice but to go out and freak out on everybody with a gun? I mean, when I was a kid, I had a double felony for graffiti by the time I was 15. I was robbing drug dealers. Cool. I was all over town beating the shit out of people and taking their stuff. And I had a teacher that saw my gifts and my art and introduced me to other forms of art, introduced me to culture, introduced me to music, and made me feel like I could do something with my life. And now I'm a father, I'm a business owner, I'm a responsible gun owner, and I'm a voter because I feel like that's how I can change life around me. And these kids are going out there and they're blowing people away because they are stuck in a system that cares more about corporate gains than it does about the little people.
Well, Freddie, not only will we not fund our schools, but, we just had this big tax cut that you're thinking, hey, is there anywhere else this money could have went? The arts programs in schools have been gutted, but we would turn around and give that same money to sharpshooters. You know what I mean?
Right,
we would,
of course.
Yeah. So,
well, and let's get away from the narrative that there's a good guy and a bad guy in the Democratic or Republican system, and you got to choose the lesser of two evils. That narrative is bullshit. We don't have anything but bad guys in politics. They're self-serving, and they're worried about they getting paid on the back end. We as a people need to push for more than a two-party system, because if you're choosing the lesser of two evils, you're still choosing evil.
All right. Thanks, Freddie. Ricky in New York, you're on Bennington.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Cool.
All right, I had an original thought, which probably not so great, but I thought about it since I'm waiting on the line here. And I think it really comes down to a purge. And, we got these elections coming up this year. Everybody that's incumbent needs to go, period. And I think that kind of movement would maybe get some other movement going in the arenas we really need.
So
I mean, a real grassroots. Let's get them all out of there. Put somebody else in there.
You're saying drain the swamp?
Drain
the swamp?
Yeah. Really drain the
I mean, we really do that. I mean, we said that was going to be the last.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen.
We were going to drain the swamp. Is the swamp it's swampier than ever.
So
Still wet.
swampy.
Not dry at all.
And also, I think that it's more even than the individual politicians, but the way the system is set up, and that is the system that allows our politicians to serve to gun, pharmacy. You know what I mean, like pharmaceuticals. So it's a broken system, not even specific individuals who. I mean, that's part of it
because they stay. Those things stay,
right?
And they're giving money to whoever.
So
I mean,
if we replace all the politicians with just new young blood, like that system still stands.
You're gonna so you're saying get rid of that kind of money.
Yes, that kind of money is what makes this country. It's where all of our values secretly, and
all
they can
of
tell
our
you
values in this country are money.
Yes.
Period.
And they can tell you it's guns, or the Republicans can tell you that it's about religion and families, and the Democrats can tell you it's about helping your neighbor, but it's really about money for both of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's money.
Yeah.
But that's this country. That's the only way we define anything in this country is money. That's it. There's not another thing. So why do we get upset? Don't be upset. Just accept it for what it is.
I guess the reason we get upset is because it's a money system that shows no benefit to everyone, the majority of the country. There's only a couple people benefiting from this money grab,
Right.
and
But
the
there's
rest of us are living in are stuck in the spokes of their
Right,
wheel.
but we think that we're making progress to be in
Yes.
one of those money. Everyone thinks that they're going to be, I don't know, Jeff Bezos or something,
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. David, what's up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bennington, how are you?
Cool, man.
Awesome. So, I just want to kind of mention, why aren't we talking really about maybe banning it? I know everyone's going to get their panties in a wad, and Australia just recently did this in the past 20 years, and they were all up and roar about, you're taking my guns, and blah, 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 and
That's
then
not
it's
an
settled.
Australian
It
accent.
was fine.
Now, you're right. Australia had a mass shooting, and they basically said, this can't happen again. Let's get rid of the guns.
Yep.
And it's a hunting country.
Yeah.
But again, there's not as many people. Maybe there's too many fucking people in this country to agree on it. Maybe we crack this thing and let everybody run themselves. We tried it with states' rights. We had to stump in because some of the states were Mississippi and Alabama. I'm going to be totally honest.
I mean, they were just a little too backward.
They
were
seriously.
pushing it.
I mean, that becomes the problem by acting like we're all together. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because you can't have a black person from Maine who's traveling through Mississippi and suddenly gets treated like a second-class citizen.
Right.
So that's why we eventually had to roll the fucking tanks in and say, look, stop it with the schools. Everybody's going to school.
Everyone gets to go to
And
school.
stop it with these water fountains, okay?
Shut up.
That's really annoying. It's really, you've crossed the line there. And no more what? Lynchings, right? No more lynchings. Mitch, what's up?
Hey guys, I just wanted to say that the people talk about voting and making a difference, but I don't think. Well, the voting process, I think, is a game to make us think we have some kind of say to what's going on in this country. We don't.
Half
It's like
the country
George Carlin said.
Half the country doesn't vote for president, and then something like 80 or 90% of the people stay out of any local races. Like if there's not a president running, there's no fucking So if there's the councilman of your fucking district, something that probably has more effect over your life than anything else, you don't go and vote. Oh, look at this. Breaking news. Mueller indicts 13 Russian nationals for U.S. election meddling.
Wow.
That's breaking right now on all the major news things. Folks, we've done it. We've pushed and we've pushed and we pushed on this program today until now Mueller is doing what we want. He's going out after those fat cats in Moscow. David. Oh, we lost you, buddy. Tim in Florida. What's up?
Hey, Bennington. Maybe term limits are an answer. I know you guys were just talking about the NRA, and what I've been reading is it's not that they give that much money to people. It's the incredible swing with voters. They're like, oh, if the NRA likes this guy, then I'm going to. Well, you know what? Maybe if they can only get elected for one term, they would do what's right and stop, campaigning right away and stop trying to figure out how to, I don't know, just do something.
All right, man. That's what we're going to do. One term. One term and you're out. How about this? 7 days. You get 7 days to be a senator.
I like that. Do most of us get a shot then?
I'd like to do it for a week. I'm going to call it a week of glory.
And it would be like jury duty. You're like, I can't. I got to be senator next week.
Here's Rich. Rich in Northern Michigan.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
I just want to say this is one of the states Trump won, and I know everybody I've talked to, lots of people didn't think he was going to be a good president. They did. They wanted to put him in there because he wasn't a Democrat or Republican, even though he was in the Republican Party, and maybe put an end to it and get something else in there.
Yeah, well, he became a pretty good Republican, hasn't he?
I guess. So much for that. Maybe the next election they'll try something different.
Well,
But
we'll
that
count
was,
on you, Michigan. You've been leading us through this whole thing, and we all appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, good. We're trying. Thank you.
Yeah, you are.
I like the idea that it's just like, for some people, just Trump was the answer to the two-party system. Like, I understand. Like, I agree. The two-party system is very frustrating. But then why was the option for you? Like, I guess Trump. It's like two-party system or Trump.
Because he wasn't a lifetime, a lifetime politician, and that appealed to a lot of people. But, I was on Nick DiPaolo's show, and he goes, he's done everything I want him to do. He fucked with the media. He fucked, there's a lot of people mad about stuff like that. And he goes, if Trump did nothing else, I'd be happy with him. Because he wanted to fucking throw a rock. He wanted to throw a rock at the United States government and the media and the whole corporate culture. I think he did shatter a windshield. You know what I mean? Like, he did. But, Obama put out that weird painting of him in front of all those flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
No tie. Is he even wearing socks in that picture?
Doesn't look like
It's just like loafers and no socks.
I just have a feeling. I think he's like just hard shoes and no fucking socks.
That's cool. That's a cool look. That's a guy who's
That's
confident.
a Coke dealer's look. A Coke dealer always acts like, no, I'm not wearing any socks. You can't really
You
tell.
can't
but I
tell,
hope there's
but-
no socks there. You know what the other weird thing is? You're painting his picture now, but it's 10 years after he got elected. I'd like to see the guy we elected.
Yeah. It's not that gray.
No.
Should have put him in a hat. I think that would have been good.
What kind of hat?
I see a bowler.
I don't like racism.
That's not racist. For once.
Chris just sounded a little bit British. Like, that was a very strange accent.
Yeah, that's not racist, you
That's-
fucking cunt.
It's not racist.
Ba 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 bum ba 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 bo. Why don't we break here? I might do it. What is it, Chris?
I got some of
But I feel like I'm taking a break, and then you stand up every time and hand me papers.
You need to do that before we want to break.
I know, but see, the whole thing, if I do that, I probably would have kept right on talking. Because it's actually more comfortable to talk. What is it you want me to talk about now, Chris?
AP Bio on NBC.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm excited about that. When is that?
Well, it's Thursday, March 1st. There's a great new comedy coming to NBC called AP Bio. It stars Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's Jack Griffin, a disgraced Harvard philosophy scholar who ends up teaching advanced placement biology at a high school in Toledo.
Except he has no interest whatsoever in teaching the kids biology. Instead, he'd prefer to use the smartest kids in school to help him get revenge on his academic rival. And believe me, Jack will stop at nothing to get his revenge.
AP Bio is smart. It's outrageous. And I think you'll agree it's funny in a sick, twisted kind of way. AP Bio also stars comedy legend Patton Oswalt as the school principal, doing his best to keep Jack in line. The show is from executive producers Seth Meyers and Lorne Michaels from SNL.
Critics are raving that AP Bio is hilarious and laugh out loud funny. You won't want to miss this show. Catch the premiere of AP Bio starring Glenn Howerton and Patton Oswalt Thursday, March 1st on NBC.
Hey, it's the Bennington Show. I'll be at the stand all weekend, and then some guy fixing the microphone. It looks so funny on TV, though. I'll be at the stand all this weekend. 3 shows on Saturday, including closing out the Mike show to start it.
Nice.
Just what you want to be, talking to the parents of some kids that have... here's the last 15 minutes of a 3-hour fucking open mic show. And this is what you'll get to see later on tonight. And then Tuesday, I'm at Gotham for their, I forget what they call that show.
Comedy Juice?
Comedy Juice. But why say it? You know what I mean? You had it. Why did you?
Because I was.
But you never give yourself, like,
Comedy Juice?
I mean, here you are right, and I
Yeah.
treat you the same way as if you were wrong because you didn't believe it. Now try to say it like, I forget what the name of that show is.
It's Comedy Juice.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound that much better. I come to think of it. I call it Comedy Juice, and then I go, right, guys? Right?
Get
Juice?
it?
So anyway, that is happening with me over all weekend long. I hope you can come out and see.
I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been stressing me out lately.
All right, is it you living with your mom?
No, that's one of many things, but that's not what's on my mind right now.
Is it Big Brother?
No, but there's a Big Brother 2-hour episode tonight.
I just sat around and said I'm busy all weekend.
I know, but I mean, you got to make some.
Is it a
DVR
double
space.
elimination tonight?
So we're guessing. Some castmates are guessing it's a double eviction tonight.
I forgot to tell you, Vito. You didn't know this. So, we're out front today. Guy comes up, 3 kids. They're from Canada. Wanted to stop by and say hello. The kids are very little. And then he says about Chris, this is the guy from Big Brother that we listen to. He goes, I don't let them listen to the Bennington show, but the kids do listen to Big Brother. I'm like, well, Vito doesn't even do it anymore.
I do. I
know, but a kid isn't going to go on Instagram, Vito. That's weird.
All the kids love Instagram.
That sounds dirty.
I mean, it's a clean Instagram. I keep it safe for the kids. PG-13 at most.
So you do a
So
kid
what's that
show.
mean? Boob groping?
I mean, I say shit sometimes.
Boob groping. Just nothing groping downstairs. Just up top.
Just this.
So what I'm stressed out about is when I see people in the hallway here, I never know when to wave or make eye contact when I see them all the way down the hallway. And sometimes I just take out my phone and pretend I'm texting, or I just duck out the way.
All right. Don't give in. Embrace the weirdness. Don't fucking hide from it.
I just don't know when the right time to wave is, because if I see somebody all the way down the hallway and I wave to them, I just feel like, what do I do for this next 20 seconds of walking towards each other? Because it's not close enough to say hi.
Why do you ever have to wave to somebody that you're indoors with? A wave is like I'm driving by in my car. And you're on
What about this? You see them all the way down the hall and just do a really slow smile. It just gets bigger and bigger the closer you guys get to each other.
Here's the other thing, Vita. They're down the hall. You're walking towards each other. Start to wave and keep it going.
So just the whole way, just be like this. Dude, people here just
Why do you gotta wave at anybody?
People here get so butthurt if you don't say hi to them.
Yeah, say hi with your voice, though.
I say hi to no one, and no one is butthurt around me.
This is butthurt nation in here.
No, it isn't. You're making this up.
I'm not making this up.
You're taking something that isn't important and acting like it is.
I'm not making this up. I waved. I don't know when to wave to people, so I use my phone as a crutch because I'd rather just pretend I didn't see them.
Well,
I mean,
first of all,
here's the-
don't use a crutch. You need to face this.
This is the
okay?
only circumstance I can imagine waving, right? Here, within a building, and we see each other, is they're on the other side of the glass, I'm on the air, and they're like getting my attention, like,
Yeah.
hi, and then I'll give them a, hi, I'm on the air.
Yeah.
Good to see you, though. But I can't imagine just being out and about
Yeah,
down
like
there.
Michelle with one L is walking towards you. You're not gonna.
Michelle,
you know what? I
it's
think I
me.
have waved, and then I just put my arm down, and I don't make a big deal out of it.
But what do you do after the wave? Do you talk to each other when you get up to each other? Do you say
Why are you going
hi?
to talk to each other? What's wrong with hey?
Why don't you just?
And by the way, that's only the first time you see them. You can't do it 7 times a day.
That's why I don't like saying hi to people when I see them, but I feel forced to, and I feel like I have to say hi.
You're being a fucking teen girl.
I don't even believe in saying hi to people when you see them because you're going to see them all day. But for some reason, when you don't say wave to somebody, they give you a look like, oh, what? Do you have an issue with me?
This is in your head, man. No one has an issue with you. No, you shouldn't be fucking waving this
I
much
hate
in your
to
life
say
in
this.
general as an adult.
I hate to say this. This antisocial bastard
Yeah.
is right. This is all in your head.
This is why Chris doesn't have friends here because he doesn't care
Why does
about
he
waving.
want them? You don't have friends. You're afraid of them, and you're using your fucking phone. That's not friendship, Vito.
These pseudo friends you think you have, you just
All right,
think they're
give me
talking
a-
shit about you.
Give me a person that you're concerned about. Give me one person.
Well, I saw Carrie, part-time board op upstairs, and I legit just turned into the elevator bank and took the elevator down one floor to
All right,
avoid
first
the
of all,
wave.
why are you friends with part-time board ops?
Oh,
You
no,
know
she's
what
a full-time producer. My bad.
I mean? Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
I feel bad. But I'm friends with all, like, I
But
came
here's
up...
the thing, though. Let's just focus on Carrie, okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong with this? Carrie! Carry on my good. You're doing that. Carrying it, huh? Carrying your lunch home, huh, Carrie?
Okay, I mean, I see there's a lot of opportunities with the name there, but then do I just, the whole time I'm walking down, do I have to come up with different Carrie puns, or can I just say one and be done?
Be one. One.
Yeah. Wait till you don't have to shout. That's what I'm going to say. You don't need to wave and start your conversation when you no longer have to yell. When you can talk at a regular volume to say, "Hey, Carrie," insert your Carrie pun that you'd
Here
like
you
for
go.
the
You
day.
be Carrie, I'll be Vito.
Okay. I hope he doesn't wave to me.
So you be Carrie and I'll
Okay.
be Vito.
Okay. Hey, Vito.
Carry on. Love is coming.
See? I just feel like that draws a lot of attention to the situation.
Why?
Yeah.
She'd be happy.
Look, you would be better acting like you didn't even know Carrie then. If you're so fucking petrified of how saying hello is are going to go, that is not a friend. It's not even an acquaintance.
It's just the aspect of I don't want to look like I'm avoiding saying hi to somebody, but I also don't.
Chris, Gail, look who can't be helped. How many times did we fucking point out to him to butch the fuck up?
Yeah,
Okay,
so many times.
fucking grow a set.
DTA, Vito, all right?
What's that mean?
Don't trust anybody.
That doesn't make sense.
That's not what we're trying.
See, every time I'm about to believe you guys, he says something that kind of turns me off course.
Well, why don't you say hi to him?
Hey, Chris.
This is awkward.
Just
Have a
wave into the
moment with
camera there.
Hey,
Have a
Chris.
moment with him.
Hey, man, how's your day going? I'm just, doing my job.
This is...
You say that to people?
This is the moment?
You say that to people?
Yeah. Just be like, hey, man, what's up? Just doing some producing stuff.
I'm at work.
What do you answer yourself?
He's a group text with
You know
himself.
what? That's who you're having trouble getting to know. Vito. Yourself.
I feel like I know Vito pretty well.
If I'm going to be honest, I think you've lived with your mom too long.
Leslie?
Yes. I assume. Unless you have another mom I don't know about.
No, it's just Leslie. We got a good thing going. She's a good roommate.
Oh, what a cock. I don't even think you're interested in this thing.
No, I
You
am.
just wanted to be the weird guy who had
No,
a topic.
I really want to know what you guys think. Well,
I told you what I think. You're the fucking weirdo. No
Look,
one else.
You've made it up in your head.
I brought this up to you before. I really am uncomfortable with waving. I really don't like waving indoors to begin with. I don't like people who, like, instead of saying hello or shaking a hand, they're like a little baby, like, hi, and like just wave their hand back and forth. I find it to be infantile.
That's
so I
sheepy.
don't think you should be waving. I think
Don't
that
wave at
you
all.
should wait until you're at a gentleman's distance to have a conversation with
Why
him.
would you wave to anyone coming your way? You know,
I see you, dude. You're huge.
here's what I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna wave when I'm falling out the window.
but if I say I do wave or say I don't, when I make eye contact and we're all the way far apart, before it's too close to say anything.
Why are you locked in on this person's eyes all the way down?
We don't give you enough to do. That's what I'm learning from this.
No, it's just sometimes I go to the kitchen or I got to go up to the
Sometimes.
From the looks of it.
I like pretzel sticks.
You're always there.
What's that?
I like pretzel sticks and seltzer.
That much?
A lot. But like, do I get stressed out if do I maintain eye contact the whole way down? And then when I get to that point, I just don't like the stupid small talk that happens for a few seconds right there. Like, what are you up to? And I'm like,
you don't, but then you act like you're the friendliest guy here. This is why everything about you is a goddamn lie. And let me just point this out. Your forehead is shining.
Yeah. Sweating.
You're worked up from this wave conversation?
You don't understand how much stress this causes me most days. At this job and my other job, I just get stressed about waving to people.
What other job?
With the children?
Like I'll see.
I want you to quit that job.
I need the cash.
No, you don't.
If you need cash, go to Chris.
Student loans.
Just don't pay him like me.
No, I'm not a degenerate to society.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
That
Yeah.
got fucking personal fast.
Yeah, because
dude.
the government needs my fucking money so bad.
Needs my
fucking money. Fuck that shit.
We are trillions of dollars in debt.
I ain't gonna make a goddamn budget of that thing.
What?
No, but it's people like you.
Oh,
You're not going to
You
make
know?
a... What is it? A budgie?
I feel like most people are paying their student loans.
No, there's
They
a lot of
can't.
people like you.
Chris isn't helpful for this because I've seen Chris walk down the hallway and he does one of two things. He either walks down the hallway and gives the fakest, "Hey, how you doing?" like his own voice.
Snap, Chrissy.
Or he just storms down the hallway like a fucking cannonball and just like, ugh, ugh.
At least
Normally, if he's in the hallway, he's running hard towards the bathroom.
Did you hear the way he said he grunts?
I've never seen this motherfucker use a urinal. He's always fucking sitting.
It's a problem with my digestive system.
Why don't you go to the doctor's? Didn't you go the other day?
I went yesterday,
Yeah.
but to get a CAT scan, but because I drank a cup of water, they said, no, you have to reschedule this, to which I said, what the fuck does a cup of water have to do with my chest? What's it matter if there's water in my goddamn gut?
First of all, it's science. So
They couldn't convince me of
They're
that,
not
by the
just
way.
being mean to you.
And why didn't they tell you in advance?
They did, I forgot. And I was thirsty.
Why did you agree to it? Why wouldn't you have yelled out, "Nothing is stopping me from drinking my Wawa"?
I gotta stay hydrated.
Look, I got news for you. No one wants to say hi to Chris in the fucking hall. It's like making eye contact with a serial killer.
Yeah, mostly I just I'm staring at people with their eyes. They're down to the
I've
left.
noticed the way women avoid him, too.
That's fine.
Oh,
like
yeah.
our female co-workers, they seem to all just go, oh, that's not a guy.
Have you and Jen ever been alone together at all talking?
No, we have not.
Legally, no.
Vito or Gail are usually there.
Why is that? Why can't you be alone with people that you work with?
And so it's strange.
Like, what would you talk to Jen about if it was just the two of you?
I don't. Kendrick Lamar. I don't know.
You're a racist.
That's
dude.
really
the fucking-
super racist, and that's like not
Yes.
even her favorite rapper.
You could have said The Bachelor.
It might be. I'm not sure.
What would I have to say about The Bachelor? I've never
Jen
seen
loves
that
The
for some-
Bachelor.
Just ask her about her life. You don't have to use pop culture references.
Okay, all right. Like, hey, how's you and your sister?
Why are you doing it so creepy? Just how's
Sounds
your
like you were-
sister is not how to be not normal. How's you and your sister? What is it like?
What's
You
going
guys
on?
when you're jamming sometimes together? That's creepy,
disgusting,
Chris.
dude.
That's fucking gross.
There's a fucking Me Too thing going on right now.
Yeah, maybe you haven't heard of it.
All right, time's up. I could ask her about the Black Panther. Do that. She doesn't seem to know a lot about it.
Just Black Panther. It's not the Black
Look,
Panther.
and stop wrestling this away from fucking Vito.
Okay.
It's his time to be the fucking
Idiot
weirdo.
of the show.
All right, I'm gonna walk around with you, okay? And tell people Vito doesn't want to talk to you.
No,
that's a fucking act he puts on because it is an act.
No, it's not. It's not an act. It's just that I don't like. I'd rather have an actual conversation with somebody, but not during the day. Maybe towards the end of my business day, not in the middle of it.
I'll tell them, do not talk to Vito until 3:05 because he's out of here by 3:07 every day.
I'm not out of here 3:07.
All right, let me just. What you need is some blunt talk, all right?
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about you or your stupid anxiety in the hall, okay?
Ouch.
That's how, but that's honesty. And your biggest problem is you're dishonest and you're afraid of your own fucking thoughts and feelings. And I'm going to tell you mine, okay? I don't care about you. You could fucking die in that hall, okay? And I would
died in the hall.
Step over you and giggle. All right? And that's me being okay with who I am. Not only could you die in that hall, and that I hope you die in that hall, I'm going to make sure you fucking die in that hall.
Holy God.
And see how comfortable I am with myself?
Yeah, you do sound confident.
More than confident.
But if you're coming to kill me in the hallway, I'm going to.
Who said it's going to be me? All right? You never hear the fucking bullet that kills you, Vito. Remember that. When you don't hear something, you're in danger.
You're not making my hallway anxieties any better right now.
Stop having fucking anxieties.
Now you have real anxiety.
Well, I mean,
Anxiety is for children, okay? And rich women. No one else can afford it. Andrew, what's up?
Hey, I don't believe Vito. I think he was watching Seinfeld last night because this is a plot to an episode of Seinfeld.
Which one?
He didn't want to say hello. He didn't want to say hello to anybody in the building.
Why don't we put up pictures with their names under it, Vito? Because that's where you got this bit from. All right?
Oh, Vito.
And Carl LeBeau was in that fucking episode.
Oh, he was, yeah.
And he's like, hi, Cosmo.
I don't even know this Seinfeld episode.
Yes, you do. You know every Seinfeld there is.
No, I've never claimed to be the
Weren't you the Seinfeld guy?
No, that was Marcus Hook.
I always get you two mixed up.
No, you get
What's the
Marcus
story
Hook.
with Marcus Hook? Why don't you say hi to him?
What do you do when you see Marcus Hook down the hall?
We usually have some small. He comes up to me, asks how everything's doing. He's usually eating a pretzel stick.
Well, that's because you meet him in the kitchen, you Todd. Todd.
Yep.
Go ahead, buddy.
I was just responding to the whole waiting thing. I mean, I wait with people to avoid the small talk, and it works.
So you wave, but don't say a word.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd probably do a nod of the head.
Yeah, that's a more of an adult response.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I really hate a wave indoors. So if you said you see somebody, give a little tip of the head, I think that's probably more appropriate if you really don't want to say anything to them.
I will say 99% of the conversations I have in this building, I say to them, well, that sounds good, but why don't you talk to Chris about it? And I keep going. And I tell Chris, why would I fucking do that? And they're saying, but Chris, he said it sounded good. I can't stand a man who's as anxious as you.
I got a lot of anxieties, guys.
And why don't you quit? Because you're useless to us. All right? This has to be, I mean, let's say this was a Navy SEAL, right? Would you want to hear a Navy SEAL go, guys, I don't know when to jump out of the helicopter. I'm not sure when to shoot.
I'd frag him.
Or, you know? Yeah, he doesn't belong here. And this is a social game we're playing, dude. And you're failing at that game.
But no, the fact that it's a social game is why I get so nervous about the wave, because I don't want to fuck up my relationships with others.
You don't have any
People
relationships.
who are naturally social don't get worried about whether they're waving or talking or nodding.
I feel
or
like
not.
giving away some of the fucking gossip, the in-house gossip that you gave me about who's out
Don't do that.
and what they did
Please
and how
don't
you
do
found
that.
out about it.
Please don't give away any of that.
I actually don't know how you found out about it.
Oh, I know. A part-time board up. That's all his connections are part-time board
He's
ups.
comfortable with the little guy. You know what I mean?
Birds.
Those are pawns.
Come to me, little bird.
Look, I came
In
up.
the meantime, there's not a VP here who can pick you out of a lineup. I would love to go down the hall with just fucking with pictures going like this. Do you know this person? You know this person? No, never heard of him. Well, this is Chris Stanley. He's been in the employee now for 11 years. He's been with the company 8 years longer than you have. Brian in Houston. Brian.
Hey guys, I've got an idea for Vito. I suggest he get himself a cowboy hat. Then when he's walking down the hall, he can just tip the cowboy hat, and it'll give him something to talk about.
Man, look,
pretty good.
In your case, I think you're going to need a cowgirl hat. And I remember in Austin, we went into a Western wear thing, and there wasn't anything in the store, from boots to hat, that fit Vito.
What a big-headed freak.
He didn't have a saddle. There wasn't a saddle that he could put on. And we found out there wasn't a wagon big enough. I'm like, let's just get you a wagon, buddy.
The no size 16 boots really upset me. And then I saw Jay had a shirt, and I was like, they must have a shirt that fits me if they have a shirt that fits Jay.
What do you think? You and Jay are the same size?
No, but I didn't think I was that much larger than him. And then I tried on one similar to his size, and it did not fit one bit.
Yeah, nobody here is shocked by that. You're way bigger than Jay.
I didn't think I was that much bigger than Jay.
Oh, my God. This would kill Jay. Jay's name comes up in the Gail Meets Girls.
It does.
Was just as Jay. Not even Big Jay. I'm like, I hope people are keeping up with this. It's a really great one. What time does this air?
This airs tomorrow, which is Saturday, 6 p.m. East here on Raw Dog.
Fantastic. Hey, Jay.
Yo, what's up?
Hey.
So I just wanted to comment and say I feel Vito's pain, but for an entirely different reason. It's nothing to do with anxiety. It's because Americans feel socially obligated that when they're walking past somebody coming in and out of the store down a hallway, they have to say hi or acknowledge that person. And in most other countries, it's frowned upon. In Sweden, it's considered rude to even make eye contact, let alone stop, wave, and have a small conversation.
They're cold fucking people.
I'm a truck driver, and, going in and out of their truck stops, these guys are the and 9 times out of 10, I just stare at them and walk away. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to get inside, get my stuff, and get rolling.
You should drive a truck in Sweden. It would be the best thing for you.
Isn't there like a secret wave that truck drivers have? Maybe you said it and it cut out. Like, isn't there like a secret hand signal?
Yeah, you act like you're pulling on a big giant horn.
Or maybe-
Jay doesn't talk to women.
I guess not. I mean, Jay? All right.
Jesse.
Hey, Ron.
No, Jerome.
I got the perfect... Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
How are you today?
Good.
I got the perfect idea for Vito's anxiety in the hallway.
What's that?
A bag of Hershey's miniatures. You can offer him, and he'll either make friends or at least find out who's got diabetes.
Why don't you go down to the Hershey? We're going to try this experiment on Monday.
Okay.
Monday's President's Day. We're coming in, right?
Yeah.
Great job, Chris. Way to fuck us over on a company policy.
Yeah, I think it's a company holiday, Chris. God damn you.
He thought he could fuck us on a company holiday.
Oh, God.
I'll be talking to my union rep, Fist, Sylvester Stallone. Have a bag of miniatures and see if that helps you.
Okay.
And then instead of waving, just point at the bag.
Okay, and then people walk faster towards me and want some of the candy.
And then here's what you say to them. I got a miniature with your name on it.
People love that kind of corporate speak. I think that'll go
And
over
when
well.
they're taking it, go like this. I can't take all the credits from everybody at the Bennington show. And keep going. And then when you see people, instead of like wondering, just yell, Sally! Miniatures!
What do you think about this? What if, as they approach, he unwraps them and tries to feed it to them?
That's not a bad idea. Pop it in the mouth. Go like this. Quick pop. Quick pop. To each person as you're going by.
I don't think anybody wants to see my hand come.
And then when they open their mouth, slowly move that Hershey Kiss down in front of your cock.
No.
Do it, man.
Quick pop. Quick pop. You can have the nickname Quick Pop.
I mean, I don't mind Quick Pop.
I'll be in the bathroom. I don't know. I'll be in the bathroom and people be like, you know who I hate? That fat fucking Quick Pop guy.
He's constantly just saying Quick Pop.
First of all, he's 8 times bigger than anybody on the bonfire. No, I didn't mean Soder. He's like 20 times bigger than him. And then if somebody goes, I can't, I'm dieting, you're like, lucky for you, because I can't lose weight. And then take a Hershey miniature, stick it in your belly button, and go like this. Keep that snack for the ride home. Are you doing this or not?
I mean, I don't want to get in trouble with HR, but if I have to do this to cure my anxiety, I will. But I don't want to be fat Quick Pop. I'm okay with Quick Pop.
All right, Quick Pop.
Quick Pop.
Quick Pop. Hey, Eric, what's up?
Hey, guys. It's great to have Fez back on.
He has completely stole Fez's act.
What, Fez didn't like waving at people?
Fez didn't like social interactions. He was anxious. Or acted like anything was a big He acted like everything was a big deal.
Okay.
You're taking something that means nothing. No thing. And you've blown it out of proportion. Now, your only way out of it is you're going to stop at the Hershey's store every day for a fucking large bag of miniatures.
I mean...
Quick Pop.
See, we in this studio don't think it's a big deal, but outside in that world...
Then why is another fucking person talking about it? All these people, they're like us. They have other radio jobs to do.
I don't know.
Only Denny has time. And Denny couldn't sound crazier no matter who he's talking to. And no one's mad at him or no one thinks he's a weirdo.
Dave spends most of his days just looking for newspapers.
It's true. He does come to our
Right here.
He comes to our office every morning and takes the newspapers.
Because he has the morning fucking shit. Why does that dawn on you? He doesn't read the paper. He puts it over his face in shame. Man, did anybody see this Mueller indicting Russian things? I mean, this came out of fucking nowhere. And what happens if you're indicted? What the hell does that even mean you have to do now?
I think it means you're going to go to court.
Yeah, you.
There are charges levied against you.
But are these all right? So they're not just called in to talk about fucking Trump. They're
Well, yeah, they could be called in to talk about. It's not like you're being accused, but it's like you can't you can't get out of giving a statement for.
All right. This now says indicted is the same as being under arrest. It's just by a lawyer instead of a cop.
Interesting.
So you're under indict, is what I've been. You are formally charged with a crime. So he's saying that these aren't witnesses, these are criminals who have meddled in our election. Oh, do. All right, Vito, see how you're doing with these people. They're on a tour. See if you can give them a wave. Try the Quick Pop thing. What else do you have in there right now?
I have a seltzer I just opened up.
Sip of seltzer? Sip of seltzer? Seltzer sip.
I have to hold it, though.
Oh, God, I hate it when my cousin would want to hold the Coke while he drank it. Because right away, you know you're getting your teeth smashed. That's no easy job on you. Because you can hold it up to your own mouth. Possible to do that for anyone else.
They're not looking at me.
Oh, they look like college kids. But why does that guy act like he knows everything?
Yeah.
She looks like the girl from Better Things.
Who's the guy who's giving the tour?
I don't know.
Never seen him before.
He knows so
Never.
much about this place.
And he's like, we call that dude Quick Pop. He'll always give you Quick Pop of a candy. Sometimes he holds a seltzer. Watch out for your front teeth.
He might be the new Bonnie.
Dude, don't be fucking racist.
Because Bonnie
It's
usually
just
gives
constant
the tours.
anxiety and racism with this guy.
All right. So these people, these 13 Ruskies, their indictment has to do with a conspiracy to defraud the United States of America. Well, this knocks the gun shooting off. You won't ever have to think about it again.
Yep.
That's done. That's donezo. And Mittens was back, Mitt Romney. Now, he ran, 12 years ago? 10 years ago?
10.
Looks exactly the same. I mean, exactly
Really?
the same. As if he was frozen in time for 10 years.
He's kind of always seemed like that. Like a
I
little
know.
bit of like kind of Ken Dolly, but like Ken at a certain specific age.
He
Like,
looks like
that's no
Ken's
different.
father in his late 40s.
Yeah.
Chris is wrong. It was 6 years ago because the first one was McCain.
Oh,
Dude, you can't. I mean, looking the same as 6 years is nothing now. Fuck me. Quick pop. Seltzer sip. Seltzer sip. Wash down that quick pop.
I guess I'll go with the quick pop if I have to choose.
How about a pop pop? I'll give you 2.
Yeah, I guess.
And what's your quick pop stuff?
I'm thinking I'm going to get the variety pack. So it's going to be, like little Hershey's.
Yeah, but you got to be careful of nuts.
Just get peanut butter cups.
Dude, what
No,
about
he
people that are
just
allergic to peanut butter?
nuts.
I think it'll be fine. It's just a small amount of peanut butter.
Crackle doesn't have nuts.
What do they just have? Crisp
Like
in there?
Rice Krispies in there.
It's fucking cheap.
Get Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers? You can't pop a Jolly Rancher.
Ew, 'cause, like when somebody quick pops you and
Dude,
like
you can suck on it.
when someone quick pops you and it's all sticky with the
Yeah.
Jolly Rancher fingers, it goes in your mouth.
Somebody could choke on a hard candy. Have a fucking ice pick with you in case you have to do an emergency trach. Emergency trach? Emergency trach?
God, I hate this guy.
Half slices. You have half slices? Give me 2. Thanks. Could you put butter on that? Soak it in butter. Who's Ross trying to back door now? Sharon going home tonight?
Yeah.
Or is there going to be a quick save?
Do you want a spoiler?
About who has the
No, I
veto?
don't want to spoil it.
Veto. I know who has the veto.
I know who has me.
Veto. I know who has the veto.
Power of Veto knows who has the power of veto.
I thought you gave up on that name.
No, I didn't. I on my Instagram recaps, I wear my Power of Veto necklace. I call myself Power of Veto.
Hey, Chris, how come you're not part of the Instagram thing with him?
I think we have to be the same place at the same time.
Need somebody who watches the
Yeah,
show.
isn't that how you did the podcast?
Like everything in life. Yeah.
We have to be on the same plane of existence, and I don't see that happening.
Hey, I got a big pound from Adam Shine for the Eagles winning. I guess that's the end of it now. I can't keep going on. And then Charlie, the engineer, tried to give me some shit. Like I didn't know players on the team. He talk about it weirdly antisocial.
Bitter and weird.
Yeah.
I won't wave to him.
Good. Why you even go further and fart at him?
Okay.
Feed him your farts.
Quick fart.
No, I don't want that.
Let me give you a quick fart. It's going to be a wet one. That had a tail on it. That went on a while. What's your plans this weekend? Running a fucking bull machine over at
No.
Where's this place that you work at?
Johnny, Utah, it's 2 blocks away. I don't do the bull anymore. Now I'm mainly just children's birthday parties on Saturdays.
Jesus Christ. Sick fuck.
Good cash, guys.
You still work with Coach?
She doesn't work like on weekends as much. She's been really busy with school.
What's she trying to be anyway?
She's a communications major / journalism.
Why would you
I
have to
don't
be
see
busy
that.
at that?
Huh?
Why would you have to be busy at that?
Seems like the easiest thing in the world. Feels like you don't even have to show up and you still get a fucking B minus.
I worked a party last week with a themed magician. He came in all Jedi garb.
What? Jedi's don't perform magic?
They're very against
the
being called
Force?
magicians, but he came in and was dressed as a Jedi, and he was like, "Call me Obi-Wan Kenobi, kids." And then he does a magic trick. Little fire comes in his hands, and he goes, "Wow, did I heat my hands up too much? Or is that Jedi magic?" And the kids were eating it up. He did no Star Wars.
Nobody was looking at Fatty anymore. Who was telling everybody to line up for kickball?
Kickball.
Kickball. Kick it. Kick it. It's a ball. Give it a kick. All right, you got 7 points for that kick. I hand out the points, kickball points. So far, the leader is 7. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So he didn't even tell the Trump administration until this morning, they said. That's when they found out.
Wow.
It's a world on fire.
Yeah, it's
but
nuts.
all of a sudden, everybody who's down there looking to talk to a kid who saw the shooting, gone.
Yep.
You
They're
know what?
booking
It's
their
Friday.
flight.
Quick, see if you can jump on a fucking JetBlue and get back to New York because it's over. No wonder news people drink so much.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're dead inside.
Can you imagine if your job was, how did you feel during the shooting?
Yeah, it's sick.
Were any of your friends shot?
I mean, I watched something this morning of a mother just in so much pain, screaming, and it's just like, then they're just like, it's still like back to you. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. Like, they're just like, you know that there's a producer like, this is great that we
This
got
is
this.
excellent.
Perfect. Yeah. I'm so glad we have this exclusive of a mom crying over her.
Way to cut the ring off on her and really get her to talk about it. So Gates is also indicted, or that's coming up? Man, just the news blows up on a constant thing.
I don't have the deets.
13 Russians and 3 Russian entities. All right, we got a break here. Do we got a comedian coming in, Chris?
We do not.
What? 2 o'clock. I thought we always had a 2 o'clock comedian.
Thanks, buddy.
Chris, what is it that you wanted to talk about?
AP Bio on NBC.
Thursday, March 1st, is a new comedy come to NBC called AP Bio. It stars Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as Jack Griffin, a disgraced Harvard philosophy scholar who ends up teaching advanced placement biology at a high school in Toledo.
Except he has no interest whatsoever in teaching kids biology. Instead, he'd prefer to use the smartest kids in school to help him get revenge on his academic rival. And believe me, Jack will stop at nothing to get his revenge.
AP Bio is smart, it's outrageous, and I think you'll agree it's funny in a sick, twisted kind of way. AP Bio also stars comedy legend Patton Oswalt as the school principal, doing his best to keep Jack in line. The show is from executive producer Seth Meyers and Lorne Michaels from SNL.
Critics are raving that AP Bio is hilarious and laugh out loud funny. You won't want to miss the show. Catch the premiere of AP Bio starring Glenn Howerton and Patton Oswalt Thursday, March 1st on NBC. Hey, Major Dudes, Bennington's back and reminding you, Gail Meets Girls with Rebecca Trent and Christine Evans premieres tomorrow, Saturday, 6 p.m. East here on Raw Dog Channel 99. Also replays on Sunday at noon.
Hey, did we ever tweet out that Instagram link of Dan's black and white picture?
No, I just sent it to you.
It's amazing.
Dude, it's so cool.
It looks like 1958. Like, you would not be surprised to see Sophia Loren.
I know, it's such a great picture. I think you guys probably know, like, there's a regram thing you can do, right?
Why can't you just tweet the link?
Tweet the link to Insta. Okay, yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah,
I'm tweeting links.
You're tweeting links to Insta.
Yeah.
You're linking to your Insta. Kids, let's do that, because there is such an awesome picture.
And look, somebody, because Dan isn't, he doesn't think of these things, but tell him to print that as a picture and keep it. You know what I mean? Because it's amazing.
I know
shot.
it's such a great moment, and like it really does look like an old timey photograph.
Yeah,
and you know, Dan, like I have to text him after and be like, "What, dude? This is crazy." And he's like, "Yeah, pretty cool, right?"
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Didn't go. Not a lot of my jokes got used, but still, I get paid. Did you find it, Chris? Jesus, everything else we do. You know what I mean? After the show, I'll be fucking linking everything. We're sitting here having a conversation.
Dan J. Perlman, Chris.
Saying, put it up.
Look at how amazing this is. Dan Perlman writing for the WGA Awards. This was on Sunday. Somebody snaps a photograph. Dan Perlman standing there with Tina Fey, Rachel Dratch, and Tracy Morgan.
But whose back is to
I
us?
don't know whose back is.
There's got to be somebody to be in that gang, right? And who took the picture?
I don't know who grabbed the picture.
And why look at the way she's looking at Tracy. Like, I've been hearing this shit, Tracy,
I know. She's just got
for 15 years.
arms folded, giving him like resting bitch face. It's hilarious.
All right, Chris, you had something on your fucking noggin.
All right, so
something about prizes.
Well, McDonald's released.
McDonald's? It's not your Donald's, you know. McDonald's.
McDonald's announced that they're going to change the Happy Meal, and that by 2022 they're going to make it healthy. Like 50% of like all health.
Dude, why do you still listen to stuff like this? By 2022, McDonald's could be gone. They're falling through the fucking floor.
It's still shocking that they're not going to sell cheeseburgers in Happy Meals.
It's a fire. They might not be selling cheeseburgers to anyone. It's a fire sale over there.
Well,
when's the last time you've been to McDonald's?
I mean, I went for breakfast maybe like a month or two ago.
Let's say for cheeseburgers, as you were yelling, was shocking.
No cheeseburgers for me.
Do you see why they want to get rid of cheeseburgers?
I wish that I could say mine was a long time ago, but it wasn't that long ago.
But
it was the first time in a really long time.
McDonald's. What goes into a Happy Meal then? Chicken tenders?
There we get chicken nuggets.
But here's the thing: am I not wrong? But aren't the chicken nuggets like fattier and more calories than a cheeseburger? Like, isn't that just like deep fried in oil?
Yeah. It's basically like giving a kid a shot of oil.
I mean,
shot glass.
The weird thing is, I mean, look, this is one of those things because anybody who's upset about it is about nostalgia, right? Because it's like how you felt about a Happy Meal when you were a kid. But kids who are going to grow up and just like, oh, Happy Meals have fruit cups in them. That's just like what they're going to think a Happy Meal is.
They'll get their like toy with their
All right,
Happy
hold on. Liz Sets Fire says this. Holy shit. Apparently a guy just jumped off a building in New York City and landed on a chick. My buddy was there with photo, hashtag NYC on Broadway and Howard Street, hashtag in progress.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Well, you yell Jesus, you haven't gotten anywhere near it. Unmasked show.
I got to sign in to actually search things on
Vito, could you look, please?
Looking right now.
This takes quite a while.
Here's a picture.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's horrible. Wow.
What other people are writing about it? Liz Sets Fire seems to be the only person.
Yeah.
No, you haven't gone to the hashtag. You went to Liz Sets Fire.
Yeah, but I don't have that hashtag in the post.
The hashtag is hashtag NYC, hashtag in progress. Any of those.
I hear more like pictures from on the scene.
Well, just dig it up.
So
Broadway
this is
and Howard. Guy jumped off a building and landed on a girl. Fucking horrible.
That's just awful.
Did we retweet that? Did we retweet it for people who would like to go?
We'll retweet it.
Could I get a pair of pliers and start pulling teeth?
Yeah, we're gonna retweet Listed Fire, and then I'm still looking through these hashtags.
So this is Howard Street and what? I wonder where.
Broadway.
Jesus. God, that is so horrible.
This is terrible. All right, it's retweeted on the Bennington Twitter account. So that's up there on Twitter. And then I'm not seeing any other pictures on the hashtag in progress.
Well, her guy might be able to sell something to New York Post right away.
Oh, yeah.
He shouldn't even have tweeted it out.
Yeah.
Hashtag, you just lost some money. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, the Post will put that on their cover tomorrow.
Okay. Anyway, enough of that topic. Vito, you had something you wanted to get into?
Yeah, did you guys see the giant pig monster that was eating through the garbage?
4 days ago.
Oh, I just saw it
When it
yesterday.
came out.
I did not search anything about pig
Looks like
monsters.
a wild boar somewhere. Where is it?
It looked like it was a Chinese report or just some Asian letters.
What the hell?
Is that big?
But like it's this gigantic fucking boar surrounded by other ones that aren't as big.
I had no idea they got that big.
Yeah, they get big as fuck.
That's terrifying looking.
You know, when I was down in Florida, the guys that would hunt like that, they would go out. I think they would capture the pig, cut off its nuts, and that would mean that it would get a lot bigger.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why it would get real fat.
That's really strange.
Yeah.
Dude, I had no idea they got big. Like that. That's insanity.
And like even the other ones look pretty big, but I mean that one is just
The other ones look disturbed by it.
It's like Vito going out to lunch.
Ew, what's he doing?
That's me and the part-time board ops.
That's who you hang with, the part-time board ops.
I came up through the part-time board op system for a minute, so I like to know my roots.
Instead of knowing your roots, you got to look to the fucking future.
Okay, I gotta. Me and Jack Vaughn waved to each other through elevators today, so I gotta.
That's too high for you.
Okay.
Jack's too high.
All right,
scale back a little bit.
Keep with your part-time board ops. That's your comfort zone. Hey, don't call me.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Hey, Dan, you're on the air.
Bennington's, how we doing today?
Good.
I'm just calling to let you know Chris Stanley's wrong. I don't know if you just saw that food was disappearing from the menu at McDonald's, but they're just taking it off. It's not going to be listed anymore. You can still get the cheeseburger in your Happy Meal.
Obviously, you know, everything, like he told me he had something to talk about prices, and then the next thing I know, we're lying into this. Within
Yeah, it's
7
just nothing
years,
but
you won't
food.
be able to get a cheeseburger. What? What are we supposed to do? Fight or be upset? Who cares? No one's going into that place.
I went in there recently and just bought a toy.
What kind of toy?
One of the movie release toys. They had like a.
I didn't know that you were allowed to do that. I
Yeah.
thought you had to get a shake or something.
No, you could just pay $3 and get the toy. I got a burger, and then I paid $3 and got the little Minions toy.
Well, how would you normally get that toy?
You usually got to get the Happy Meal to get the toy.
How much is a Happy Meal?
I don't know, probably like $9 or something like that. I don't know what the kids are paying.
There's no way you're paying $9 for a Happy Meal.
No, there's no way.
I'm not a child. I don't buy the toys. I mean,
Sure,
I don't
you
buy,
buy the
I don't buy the
fucking-
Happy Meal. I just buy the toy.
Yeah, but the fucking thing is, the only reason to buy a Happy Meal is to get a toy. It's just a fucking burger and fries, but you get a toy with it.
I'm gonna find this Happy Meal price, but I just
Seriously,
bought the
why
toy.
don't you and fucking Chris have a circle firing squad? It's insane. How this many years and neither one of them can set up a premise. I've never heard of a grown man going, "Can I just buy the toy?"
Also, like, do you even want? I didn't know that you were a Minions fan.
I don't know. I like the Minions. I mean, they're fucking adorable. They make funny voices. I like the Despicable
What do you
Me
do with you?
franchise.
You fucking sit in the tub and play with this? What are you doing with a Happy Meal toy?
Just put it on my mantle near my bobbleheads.
Mantle? What, are you,
How big is your
Not a-
home?
what do you got, a fucking fireplace?
I'm at the shelf.
Shelf.
Call it what it is, Vito.
I just want to sound classy. I got a nice shelf, man.
Oh, yeah, a mantle full of
Did you
Minions,
figure out
of
what the
course.
cost of a Happy Meal is?
Yeah, so you could get like a cheeseburger one for $4. You could get
All right, hold on. For $4, right?
$2.49.
$2.49. It cost you more not to buy the food.
That could have been a nice little snack
saw
for
you coming.
Honestly, I might have just given that woman $3 under the counter. That might have been what actually happened.
Yeah, I just have the toy. Thanks.
Well, I got my cheeseburger.
mantle.
I really
love the Minions.
I got my cheeseburger and I thought, oh man, they show the toys right at the front of the line. You see the display case.
Those fucking toys disintegrate before people get home.
I loved them so much as a kid.
So did I.
There were certain ones that I was obsessed. Like I remember there was this one that was like the Fraggles, and they each were in different
From Fraggle Rock?
Yeah, and they were in different vegetable cars. And for whatever reason, I was not like a collector kind of kid, but I was like, I need every one of those Fraggles. And for some reason, that was like really important to me. And I actually remember the feeling of getting all the Fraggles and just being like, but I'd be happier with this. But I guess, this is what happens. Your life's work. Just 5 Fraggles just stare
That's
back
why
at you.
they say that people who retire young are not happy. You never hear about people retiring young anymore. But when I was a kid, somebody would say, he retired by the time he was 45. And it would be repeated over and over.
Like that positive, yeah.
Yeah, that person retired at age 40. And now you hear like, oh, he works 12 hours a day. He's got $7 billion. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Why are you working so fucking hard? You never heard the term Mai Tai in your life?
People did value time much
Yes.
more so.
Yeah, people wanted to fucking have time just to sit, have a drink, a little smoke. Now people are like, well, I love working. I do it round the clock. I've never taken a day off in my life. I have a beautiful home. I've never been there. Sleep on the floor in my office.
I've always been like valuing time over money by so much. Like, for example,
You're the laziest person I've ever met.
yeah, I'm pretty lazy. But for example, like if you take the tunnel from from Manhattan to Brooklyn, it's like very expensive. It's like $8 or something.
Right.
And I could check to see the difference between taking the Brooklyn Bridge and the tunnel, and it could be like a 10-minute difference. Like I'm only buying myself 10 minutes, and I'm like, well worth it. I don't know why, and I
You
do
don't
it all
like
the time.
bridges?
No, it's literally the idea is just being home 10 minutes fast, not sitting in traffic or not doing
Right.
something. I always do that. If something is more expensive but gives me more time, I will always take the time.
Would you have paid $3 for that Minions?
Yeah, rather than the time of having to complete a Happy Meal, maybe I would have.
Dude, when we were kids too, they used to get you obsessed with collecting the package. Like they'd have like 5 sets that came together to make one big one. Like
now, what happened to this company that they used to have kids locked into them?
Yeah.
And now they don't.
Oh my God, it was like obsessive as a kid.
the Inspector Gadget one, you had to build Inspector Gadget, and that was fucking that blew my mind.
That
Like I
was-
had to go every month, every week. I think they gave you a new piece in the meal.
I think the biggest thing McDonald's ever did was you could buy these things that if it was during the 1984 Olympics when there were no Russians. So the U.S. was just, I mean, it was the greatest Olympics we've ever had. It would be like fighting Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson doesn't come to the fight. Now who's going to win? And they would have this thing where you would get free stuff. You would get this thing and you would find a scratch off, and then you would find like the 100 meters. If we got this, and people, McDonald's was gigantic in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was so fucking big. And now, I don't want to just say it's only for minorities, but it feels that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like what they kind of targeted, because I think that is a people who are going to value being able to feed as many people in your family for as cheaply as possible.
Dumb,
But, most people, I honestly think it would be like embarrassing. Like I said, I had a cheeseburger not too long ago and I was like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. Like, I honestly think I would be embarrassed. Like, if I saw someone, someone saw me sitting there eating a cheeseburger at McDonald's, if I saw a friend of mine, I'd be like, oh my God, this is terrible. They must think that I'm a terrible person.
Here's Kyle. Kyle, what's up?
Hey, we've got a spy report, buddies.
Spy report.
According to Opie Radio's Twitter, fan asked him if he would ever come back to SiriusXM, and he said he probably wouldn't be welcome back. He's preparing a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against them.
Well, if I was him, I would indict Chris Stanley right now. Chris knows who said what to whom and when. And I'd love to get him on the stand.
I hate a deposition.
Yeah, nobody likes a depo. The two things, one time I yelled during a fucking deposition and threatened the person that was just asking me questions with, I was going to bring up some tax things about them. And that ended everything. And then another time, lie detector. And I fucking wanted to be on a lie detector so bad. This place that I worked, the safe was fucking robbed when I wasn't there. And they said, everyone here has to go in and do a lie detector. I go, great. I'd love to. Always wanted to see what a lie detector is like. I get on there. They're fucking lie detecting me up. Wasn't fun. Next thing I know, the fucking lie detector guy says, well, I don't think you did it, but you definitely know who did it. I started fucking, fuck you, and I'm pulling the thing off. And apparently those things are very, you can't fucking grab them and throw them and shit like that. And I was ripping it off and chucking it. They were very sensitive. And the lie detector guy was being so effeminate, trying to get the hey, the lie detector stuff. I'm like, fuck you, you piece of shit. And I fucking leave and I go, I guess I'm going to be fired. I called him. Never heard about it again.
Really?
Never found out who did rob the place.
Maybe that was just like a tactic. Like maybe some people just cracked that. They're like, you're right, I did know who did it.
I know this. I know this much. You're going to break into the safe? You're management.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking regular fella. You know what I mean? I don't think we have some fucking great second story guy coming through the window, sitting there with a fucking tumbler, opening the safe. I think probably the manager or assistant manager robbed us.
A whole crew comes in. Did you ever have a touch to lose, man?
I'm going to tell you right now, I couldn't open that fucking safe if you gave me the numbers. I had a lot of problem with my fucking locker in school. Now you're going to fucking say I know something? So yeah, go in there, Chris, and fucking just speak the truth. You know, because you were talking about whatnot and who knew who and who knew when.
Do you have inside information?
Yes. One of the involved people probably talked to him and told him something in confidence.
Interesting.
Now, you have every right to do the time if you don't want to fucking answer. I know you don't want snitches. You don't need that. But your whole family is rats. Vito, how many toys you got at that fucking house of yours?
I mean, bobbleheads alone, I got double digits.
This is why you don't have fucking girlfriends.
Girls love bobbleheads.
This as a human woman, I can tell you, I have no strong opinion of bobbleheads.
And no. Know this: no woman likes a man who acts like a child. There isn't one.
Look, you take your girl to a promotional giveaway day at Citi Field. Say it's Noah Syndergaard Garden Gnome Day. You're having a great time at the ballpark, and she's leaving happy with the bobblehead.
We're talking about you collecting bobbleheads. Just like a girl might like a fucking stuffed animal, but if she gets to your house and there's 30 on the bed,
that's creepy.
She's with a fucking weirdo.
I got 30 of those too. Every year Macy's releases a stuffed animal. For the parade, you got to buy it.
I hope that's not true. I hope your bed is not covered with stuffed animals.
Not my bed, my mantle.
This mantle.
How big is this mantle? And it's a shelf. Stop calling
it's
it a mantle.
multi-tiered.
The only person who should have a fucking mantle is Mickey. A mantle is over a fireplace, or else it's not a mantle.
This mantle of overgrown childhood accomplishments. This is my child mantle.
Look, let me tell you, yeah, it isn't a fucking mantle, it's a boitle. Because that's what you are right now. And no woman, if you're going to pick up one of your hot grinders and fucking take her home and go to blow her, and she sees that, she's out.
I don't know. I think it's an impressive mantle.
No.
Oh, that reminds me, as I got into that talk, I'm on the Chip Chipperson show Friday night.
Nice.
Mike Bichetti basically steals the show. Babe. And a new kid, up and coming, Anthony Cumia.
Oh, very nice.
Should be, well, it is. I already did it. It's very funny. It's very funny. I'm going to say this.
Guaranteed.
I came in fourth in the funniness. Because it's...
That's still good.
Chip wins it all. Then Bichetti, Ant, Babe, fucking two fucking miles of dirt road. And then here comes me on a tricycle. But I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some things, sometimes in life, you go like this. It's not my race, but I'm going to finish it.
Yeah. It's Chip's world. We're just living in it.
It is true. Dude, the weird thing is, 15 minutes with Chip pre-show, and I'm like, is this the show? Because I only talked to Chip. If you know
That's
what I mean.
right. Yeah, I was.
And it went on and on and on, and it was hysterical. He was funny. Ant was funny. Bichetti was funny, and I'm like, is this it, right?
Who was in that you were doing it? Maybe it was when Colin Quinn was in and the two of you had done it at the same time. Somebody you had done it with at the same time, and you guys were explaining to me that he is Chippa the entire time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like...
You only see Chippa. And Chippa's getting stronger and stronger. I'm not even making that up.
Like, what would be the circumstance if you had a specific question for Jim Norton?
Why would you even bring that up? That has nothing. I'm talking about him.
Right.
I'm talking about the Chippa show.
But I mean, would Chippa be able to maybe
Absolutely
get
not.
information?
I mean, what you've done right now would not been accepted at the Chippa Studios. Let me tell you how big Chippa's gotten. Anthony Cumia, of course, one of the most famous guys who's ever done radio. He's a fucking sidekick. And a slackjaw sidekick on the Chippa show. I mean, he's basically trying to agree with Chippa as much as he can. And even when you agree with Chippa, Chippa doesn't agree with that. There's a great one when Luke Florentine is on the Chippa show.
Luke loves Chippa. I blame
all kids do.
Yeah,
every kid loves him.
At the Bennington family Thanksgiving, Luke was on stage when Chippa arrived, and his face was like, it's like he saw Santa. He was so excited.
Yeah, he was excited. And I like the new Babe. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah?
I like the old Babe, but I like the new Babe, too. She's pretty much getting chipped handled the whole time in there. All right, this weekend I am out at the Stand. Sets tonight, hosting tomorrow night, and then Tuesday I'm at Comedy Jews at the Gotham Comedy Club.
Nice.
That should be cool. I don't think Gail Meets Girls.
Yes, Gail Meets Girls. Tune in tomorrow, Saturday, 6 p.m. East. I'll be hanging out with Rebecca Trent from The Creek and the Cave and Christine Evans, comedy producer extraordinaire.
It's really, really strong. And because we're in the Me Too time of our lives, I'm not going to comment on the beauty of these women, but I will tell you that they're very funny, very smart, and incredibly strong. I mean, they
absolutely
put a line out there. It's great.
And they are very candid and really it's a really interesting look on, kind of like an insider.
I already
look
sent
at
a
comedy.
nice thing to Christine.
Nice.
Because she likes when she does something good if me and David Tell say something good about it.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, she did a great job.
We're like surrogate dads for her. And so I go, okay, yeah. She sends me all of her work, so I could go over it.
All of her clippings.
Yeah, all of her clippings, anything. She used to send me her grades. But yeah, those two came out swinging. It's actually one of my favorite interviews of all time, including any of the Unmasked that I've ever done.
Well, that's really
it's hurtful.
very kind.
It's
that
not
you
kind.
Would say that
it
to
makes me feel bad about myself. I mean, I told Chris, it's a wasted life that I've lived.
What?
He said that.
I didn't want this interview to make you feel that way.
Guess what? It's on. Okay.
Okay. I didn't think that our interview shows would be a competition.
And revenge is a meal best served carved. Like turkey or a big ham.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. All of that is delicious.
Carve this for you? Because I told you this day was coming. Let me put a little slaw and mashy tates next to it.
Mashy tates?
Mashy tate? Mashy tate? Mashy tate?
I have to say yes to that.
You say yes to anything. I've never seen you say to a food, I don't like that.
Oh, broccoli. Not a big fan.
Well, you know what? I've never been around you with vegetables. You're right. Your chick cooking for you? Hey, he was up in Hudson over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
Winter vacation in wine country, he said.
That's very...
A little getaway, weekend getaway.
You're romantic with this lady.
You are.
Thanks to Airbnb, you can go anywhere these days.
How was your Airbnb?
It was nice.
Was it a complete home or a room?
It was like the bottom floor of a 2-story house. There were people upstairs. I didn't like that, but I couldn't control that.
But did you have yard access?
You lived in an apartment your whole life.
It seems different though when I'm not in an apartment building. It seems more intrusive.
But did you have yard access to yourself?
Yeah, we had the back. We had the bottom floor, the good floor, in my opinion.
Oh, look at this strong show. They're going to be doing Yamanika, Nikki Glazer, Sherrod Small, Bonnie McFarlane, and Sal Volcano.
That's great.
It's really fucking great. All right. That's it for us. Enjoy yourself. We'll be here on Monday, but if you won't, have a great George Berthington's Wash Day. And we'll see you all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!